See, now Xavier's trying to be funny. Don't lie.
It's a dangerous game.
A Christmas Carol, Logan.
Life, you know?
Tiny Dick dies on screen. What's up with that?
Pissing!
Oh yeah, there we go. Switching back and forth between Streamlabs and OBS, so I'm still trying to get used to what's new, what's not new, that kind of fun things. Can everyone hear okay, those of you who are in the chat and watching?
I have an ad right now.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Sweet. Perfectly fine. Wow.
Everything's good.
Woohoo. Oh ho ho! So I'm trying to make sure my stuff. All these technical difficulties have really got me off. Not got me off, but got me off kilter.
They got me.
Ooh. Let me rephrase.
Streamlabs.
Let me try again.
I'm hot and bothered.
I'm bothered by these technical difficulties. So let's see. We've got our drinks and snacks, announcement stuff. Got a few things in the works. I recently did a self-promo Saturday on my Twitter, if you happen to miss it. I've got a new adventure in the works I'm going to be test playing hopefully sometime very soon because I finally am finished with it. It's an adventure that I've always been curious as to how you could incorporate a powerful creature like a beholder or a lich into a one-shot and still make it impactful. Because I feel like half of the joy of fighting a lich or a beholder or a dragon is because they're the villains. You get to know them, you learn to hate them, then you get to defeat them. And it's hard to incorporate that into a one-shot. So this is an adventure that introduces a lich, makes you hate a lich, and gives you the chance to defeat the lich, all in one session. For a higher level party, it's whole lots of fun. I'm hoping it will be lots of fun at the very least. All sorts of cool magic and weird traps and fun things. The other thing I did the self-promo Saturday is that this Friday, it has snuck up on me, I'm doing a new actual play using the Absolute Tabletop supplement Shadows over Driftchapel. Let's see if I can find it on my bookshelf here. Voila! Super awesome supplement. It essentially combines D&D with Cthulhu horror stuff. I have shown art before, but I gotta show the art again. Here's a diagram for one of the monsters in it. Super cool stuff. All sorts of Cthulhu, Eldritch.
Yola Hellboy vibes. I like it.
Oh, Alan's character from
one-shot?
the one-shot? Yeah, I think so.
Fucking
The lifeguard? But yes, so that is going to be starting this Friday at, I believe, 8 p.m. Central. A little bit later. 8 p.m. Central. It's going to be very gritty because we're going to be incorporating some homebrew rules and some optional rules from the Dungeon Master's Guide to make it harder on my players. Because of that, they're going to be playing levels 8 through 11 for their characters, provided none of them die. So it's going to be a slightly higher tier adventure, but with some grittier rules to still make it a challenge. Got some new faces that you're going to...
All new faces besides yours.
We're going to be playing with my friend...
The best face of all.
Gonna be playing with my friend Bradley, who's playing rather scary. I can't spoil it, but rather scary character. My friend Daniel, who's also playing a rather scary character. My friend Drew, who's playing a himbo monk barbarian. So
amazing.
It's a good
He's already
mix.
my favorite.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. But I'm super looking forward to that. It's gonna be very high drama. Because I know those people, and they're going to make it very dramatic. I'm going to make it very dramatic, and it's going to be very gritty and dark. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in for that, and if you need more of a reason to come watch it, I've sort of partnered up with Absolute Tabletop, the makers of it, and they've given me some copies of the supplement to give away. So at certain points in the campaign while we're streaming it, there will be giveaways for a digital copy of that supplement. Super freaking cool. Oh, I'm so pumped. So make sure you tune in for that.
Get some of Logan's supplements.
Woo, get my supplements. gonna make a nut towel joke, and I realized that won't land for anyone.
Be quiet.
Further announcements. If you recall from, I did not post on YouTube because it was truly a nightmare, but we did a one-shot for our friend Jacob's birthday. And our friend Alan here made a horrible character.
Truly vile.
A fish person. I don't even remember what your class was, honestly. I just know you were a terrible fish person.
I can pull
Was
him
that the
up.
lifeguard or was that a different one?
It was the lifeguard. Alan played a lifeguard character, and for about 2 or 3 weeks, there's been a post-it on my desk saying "Oath of the Lifeguard Paladin," and I did it. I did it. If you check out my Patreon and you, or if you subscribe to my Patreon as a $4 patron, you will get access to the Oath of the Water's Edge Paladin subclass. That is all about lifeguards and water safety. I got halfway through creating it and I fell in love. I thought it was a really cool idea the more I got into it, but it's really a terrible idea. One of the as a little sneak peek, one of the abilities is akin to the command spell for the channel divinity, except you yell out a halting command to any creature, and they are restrained and stop in their tracks, as sort of a call to lifeguards telling people to stop running. So you can make everyone stop running around you.
Immaculate.
There's also the resuscitating breath, where if people are dying within your aura, you can like essentially blow a CPR breath over to them from a distance and stabilize them. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So check out my Patreon for that kind of stuff. I personally have a Discord now, the NeverSayDice tabletop RPG server. And if you're interested, it is open up to my patrons. So open to my $1 patrons as well. So if you want to support, you can be added to the server and get in on the shenanigans, make some new friends, find some new people to play with, and all sorts of stuff. I think that's all my announcements. Guys, is there anything I'm forgetting? Just take that as a no. For my streaming people, I know Alan's is streaming less, Austin's streamed just a tad. Xavier, what you got in the works?
Hello. I
Hello.
am trying to finish Kingdom Hearts. This weekend, we beat Dark Souls 3, which was a big moment for me. Because we used to play it on stream, and I promised that I want to come back and finish it on stream too. So that was big. I'm trying to think of the next big series for us, but right now we're focusing on finishing Kingdom Hearts 1.
Word. Yeah.
Did you do the DLC?
No.
You should.
No.
I've already uninstalled it.
It was already hard enough to get him to finish up Dark Souls 3. Don't
The
don't
DLC
push
is
it
so
away.
good, I promise.
Man.
Did you do the DLC? I'm pretty sure there's some clips of it out there on Xavier's channel, but one of my favorite parts of him doing the final boss of Dark Souls 3 was for the first phase of the fight. He didn't say a single word because he was so focused, because that run because every run prior, like he would go in and 15 seconds later he was like, all right, that wasn't it. But this one, it was going very well. He hadn't healed himself except like once, and so he was really quiet. And then the second phase started, and then he started just going, roll, dodge, sky, heal. And just saying like single command words. It was so funny, but then he did it.
Listen, you have to get in the zone, all right? I got in the gamer zone. I was in it.
You also apologized at the end. Like, I'm sorry, the only commentary I had was
That was
dodge.
terrible commentary.
Roll.
But it was so funny.
It was very good. It was very
Yeah, and if you haven't watched him play Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts is terrible, but it's so good.
Someone's gonna make a then and now montage.
Now. So yes, and I think with that we're going to jump right in to do a little bit of RP warm-ups. Xavier didn't go last, right? Travis picked someone to go.
I think Austin's the only one who hasn't gone.
No,
I think I
Austin's
picked.
gone.
Yeah, no, Austin's
Yeah.
the only one. Austin's the only one who hasn't gone. I picked the
I've
very
gone.
end last time, I believe.
I thought Austin went. Oh, well.
No, I've never gone. I think I went last week, right?
Yes, because it was just you and Austin who hadn't gone yet. So Austin, if you'll roll a d6 for me.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, because we asked Roman what was the next errand he needed to take care of, and it was to figure out his insurance stuff. That's what it was.
'Cause I'm cut
Bless
off.
you. 1.
Ooh, this is interesting because
Oh, no.
Alexander. Well, I guess I'll give you the choice, Austin. You can answer as Cornelius or Alexander.
Okay.
What is one thing your character admires about someone else in the party? Admires. This is a very wholesome, cute one. I feel like Alexander's only known this party for a day, and they're all.
And I wasn't around for the last session, so.
You didn't miss much.
That's what I told him. I was like,
I've heard.
nothing.
The lore we established will
That's
live
true.
on.
That is true. Very important lore.
I watched that clip earlier. It was great.
I think I'll answer as Cornelius. One of the things that really, it's not just admire about like one person in the group. It's something I admire kind of a little bit about everybody in the group, even if it kind of gets us in the shit, is that nobody here is afraid to do something.
Ooh.
Not even Varian, who is usually an anxious mess. But when it comes down to it, when something important has to happen, nobody here is afraid to do something, even if it ends up going completely off the rails and we got to do something about it and we get in trouble or whatever. We are all willing to do what we got to do, what we feel like we have to do in order to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. And I admire that about everybody I work with here.
Nice. That's a trait not often found. I like that. It's a good one. All right, we've officially gone through everyone, so that means next time we'll start anew. Other just fun little announcement. There's a new creamer emote in the chat for all my tier
word?
1 and higher subscribers. It's a laughing emote. It's very cute.
A cream, if you will.
No,
What if I won't?
that's not what. No,
I liked it.
no,
you did.
no one liked that.
Is there an uncomfortable creamer emote for that one?
Get in
I
the
sure wish
chat.
there was.
If you like cream mode. Get in the chat.
Creamote. Yuck. Yucko.
Nope, not
Don't
feeling
yuck
it.
his yum.
Well, on that
Nice.
note, we will do some recap. And I'm not sure exactly how to. No Bushi Nueve, no!
No, don't encourage,
Don't encourage
him.
him!
Banned.
Oh,
Yes. Thank you.
No, shut up, Carson.
All of these Philistines.
all right.
Oh God, here we go.
All right. Let me make sure that looks good.
Here we go.
Does
Here
that
we go
look-
now.
Oh my god.
That does. I need to move
I
my
don't-
little thing.
I don't know if I want to take emote naming convention advice from somebody who still calls it film and cinema.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't
knock
ironically.
off, you prick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to call it movies because the pictures move?
It's
I'm a
okay.
little more refined.
Well, on that note, we're gonna do
Just
some
like recap. That
recap.
his mom called him a douche.
just be like my old stepdad who would always call everything a show.
Oh yeah, I watched the show at the movie theater.
Yeah, I watched
Oh, God.
Logan, I'm sorry. Were you trying to say something? Are we?
Was I trying to play some D&D? Yeah,
You're
just a
ruining
little
it.
bit. Just a little
Oh,
bit.
boy.
So, last time, well, let's start at the beginning. These all lost souls of Sharn, for one reason or another, ended up becoming private detectives, or applying to become private detectives, with a new agency that has cropped up. Trying to get it on the ground floor. They went and really strutted their stuff when it comes to just showcasing their skills. They acquired 2 jobs that day, and went on their way to go ahead and start working on one. Not really expecting to do that. A lot of them made trips home to visit their families, let them know where they would be. Some of them went to go get some money to purchase some new outfits, learn some devastating information about their affiliation with their families. Some of them made a promise to their khaki tailor to earn the keggings. And then they jumped in a sky coach and flew it up to the Skyway, where they met with one of their prospective clients, a young woman by the name of Andre de Galanda of House Galanda, apparently an heir to the Dragon's Hoard, the massive resort hotel in the Skyway. They've quickly realized that their first case is a high-class one, or so it seemed. They went up there and immediately ate bar food and drank with Andre Galanda. And when she revealed the job, she had a strange, excited energy about it. She believes her friend has pulled a prank on her. She believes that her friend faked her own death. And she believes that her friend's body is not actually in the crypt it was buried in. So she tried contacting the young priest from the Elven Church in the city to see what happened, but no one has heard from him in a few days. And so she's getting a bit more skeptical by the minute. And so she's ultimately hiring you all to prove that her friend is or is not dead by checking her crypt. Now, some of you have already made your own speculations about what may have happened. However, she seems to be a resolute woman, and so she is essentially paying you to go look in that crypt. If it is true that the body is not in there, or that it is in there, really, if it's not in there, she may hire you for further jobs, further expenditures, and things like that, to go figure out what happened to her friend. But for now, she gotta find a body. No body, no crime. What is that from?
Real life.
Zootopia?
No body, no crime.
Habeas corpus?
No, that's from Psych.
There! Yes, there! I was like, no body. Yeah, Gus says it. No body, no crime. It took me a second. I was like, why is that at the tip of my tongue?
I had your back on that.
Thanks,
one.
man. Got me with
Come
that
on, son.
psych deep.
You don't have to kiss butt just for an emo, my man.
For an emo time. So
you don't need to air our dirty laundry to chat like that, Travis.
So on that note, we will pick up as you find a new sky coach to take you down to the City of the Dead, where the body is assuming to be buried, or was buried. You find a sky coach, and it's weirdly enough that same sky coach driver from earlier, the kind of egg-shaped man with a big mustache, bald head, and a bowler hat. You ask him his name again, and then he asks, how your trip was. He never really answers. But you have the several minutes of your sky coach ride down to the City of the Dead to discuss the case so far, what you air out some of your thoughts and ideas. Right now it's about 8 o'clock as you are heading down. And some of you are poisoned. I don't remember which two of you were.
Nobody's poisoned.
Did you burn the extra spell slots again?
I cured everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I have 0 second level spell slots.
Very cool.
Oh.
That's a word for it.
So, Alexander, to fill you in on what that was, Morel kept plucking different fungi and stuff and putting it in people's drinks and drugging them. And when he did, and some other people were getting drunk. So, the good old doctor used his powers to cure them of their poisoning. And then Morel promptly drugged them again. And so Julian uses magic again to heal them once more.
Bruh.
Nah, man, it's all good fun. So you are all
Fun.
headed down, flying to the City of the Dead. And if I can get everyone to make a history check for me.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a good roll.
All right, a little bit of karma apparently coming my way. I don't know.
Good.
6 in the team.
Oh, he's got a 3.
A
23.
15.
6 in the team.
It sounded like the
Austin
only
spilled
really
something.
bad one was Travis's. Oh, Austin's built something.
I got to hear that twice. I love having that stream up in the background just a little bit quieter, so I hear everything twice.
All right. Got that sweet echo. Minute to memory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
hey,
if
Bo.
you want to take a minute to discuss any thoughts about the case while Austin's cleaning, and I'll explain.
I'm
what
gonna
the
need Alan to
history
stop whatever he's doing.
was. Making some turtle noises.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Stop whispering in my ear. The Sky Coach is not
Alright.
big enough.
Dr. Zero.
Stop it. No. I've had enough.
I don't think that's a valid form of medicine, that thing you're doing.
What material is your turtleneck made of? It feels nice.
All right. Well. So, with your combined history checks, so the City of the Dead is a series of catacombs and crypts built into the side of Sharn. So the base of Sharn is all rock and earth, as if it's built on a rocky hill, but the one side of the city on that rock has been carved out to serve as catacombs and crypts for the city. It's been a very long time since that was a regular practice, because quickly they realized we don't have enough room for all these dead bodies. So it became more common practice to cremate their dead. But certain wealthy individuals or members of the 60 families of Sharn
Ooh, Alan,
still bury their dead in the City of the Dead. So most of the crypts that are there are belonging to well-known families. People can freely move in and out the City of the Dead. That's totally people. If you guys grew up going to school or hanging out in Sharn in like your teen or young adult years, which you might be in still, it would be necessarily uncommon for like younger kids to be like, hey, let's go drinking down at the City of the Dead and find some, crypt in the corner and get blasted next to some corpses. But it's just because it is a publicly open place 24/7. And typically at night, which is one of the reasons why you're going there now, is there are typically less people mourning there. People go by and pay respects to their own dead and the ancestors. Some people just go and take notes on the historical families of Sharn, because apparently there's a lot of history to be gathered in the City of the Dead. And so at night, you get a little bit more privacy, a little bit more freedom to move
People
freely.
also think it's haunted, right?
Some people also think it's haunted. Some say there have been a few of those scary stories that have circulated in Sharn's history. Some people, it's more of a child, like a scary story to tell children. In fact, most of you probably heard it growing up. Is that there used to be a lich priest that lived in the City of the Dead and would come out and come get troublesome kids and kids who misbehaved and take them back into the City of the Dead to do whatever and like turn them into undead creatures and stuff. Other people, it's almost a rumor and a scary story, but some people truly think or believe or have seen real life necromancers who hang out at the City of the Dead or linger in some of the crypts. But it's really all up to interpretation. All up to speculation. But there are caretakers from local churches who regularly roam the City of the Dead to, keep it clean, keep torches and candles lit, things like that. So on your way there, if there's any kind of discussions or questions you want to have.
I want to ask each person individually if they're afraid of the dark.
No.
Is that the truth? Jacob left.
Oh no!
I don't see how this
He's
is
too
playing.
scared.
He was scared of the dark all along.
Are you scared of the dark, Roman? Why are you asking us this?
Just wondering. Just curious.
You didn't answer the question.
Got him.
I could be afraid of the dark.
See pretty well in the dark. Doesn't hold too much scary stuff.
Okay. Well, back
I
to
can see in
zero.
the dark as well, so
Well, if her body is in there, then I could possibly find a way to talk to her.
That could be useful. I mean, if she is dead and it was by some sort of foul play, yeah, that type of magic's pretty invaluable in this type of investigation.
I have summon undead.
I don't think I
Come again, son?
You know, if we want to summon,
undead, yes.
like in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't. What is Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's this trading card game.
Okay,
All the kids are into it nowadays.
I don't think this is really not.
We should really be careful what we try to establish as canon, especially things we don't have the copyright rights to. Bandai Namco is going to be on our ass.
I don't think.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't think any of my 120 grandchildren had played Yu-Gi-Oh.
They're more into Digimon. Got it.
I don't think that's a thing either.
So about the dead woman,
Bruh.
okay, would I know? Do we know exactly where she is? Are we gonna have to find out? Are there
You'll
maps?
have to find out. It's pretty easy to tell whenever you're looking at the crypts which ones are the oldest or newest. But there's just so many to look at that it'll probably just take some time. Alternatively, you could ask one of the caretakers. But then, they would probably be a little curious as to who you are. And then if things go weird, then they would know you were there.
We could always ask directions from the summoned dead, right? Don't dead people often know other dead people?
I don't know if it works that way.
Seems a bit of an assumption.
Don't all dead people know each other?
That brings up all sorts of questions about the afterlife and whatnot.
Oh,
But
man.
Isn't the afterlife quite a small neighborhood?
I guess that depends on what religion you ascribe to.
Okay.
well, why don't we just ask and find out?
Me or the undead?
Ask the undead. You're not dead, Mora. Are you dead? I don't really know. Are you dead?
That's a question I've been asking
we could,
for quite a long
we could
time.
also just ask an attendant and say we were Friends of the family here to pay respects.
I mean, I'm a doctor. I could just say we're doing some final rites or something.
I think
Would
they did that
Roman know, like, the
beforehand.
general like area that people from like Upper Sharn would usually tend to be buried? That might be a stretch.
Maybe. It's really pretty much that the newer catacombs and crypts are further down, so they've sort of worked from top to bottom and snaked around. Some of them have gone a little around the rock face a little bit. So you imagine either near the bottom or kind of off to the side, but who knows what kind of stuff they've done, because they've also expanded further but like within, and so you might find, like, rather than sort of a crypt entrance, you'll find sort of a corridor with branching crypts off of it. So they may have done some different expansions that you're not super sure of.
We could always tell the truth. Just say we were hired to investigate this, and just I'm a medical professional. We're allowed to check. It's not like we're doing anything wrong.
Seems like there might be some sort of bureaucracy you'd have to go through to go and examine or exhume a corpse.
Oh, we're not exhuming. We're not gonna like take it anywhere.
I mean, we are taking it from the from its place of rest. I don't have any problem with doing so, but some people might.
I mean, I guess. I don't think it's gonna be that hard to just for them to just let us in. We can just figure something out. I mean, I just prefer not to make a big stink of things unless we absolutely have to, you know?
Did we find out any kind of piece of object maybe that she had on her?
I was thinking something similar. And I don't think that we asked anything like that. But our client might know. Let me check something. Would it be worth it to ask?
Yes, I can quite possibly locate such a thing.
Okay, well, I'll trust your intuition on that, and I'll cast sending to our client,
Okay.
and I will ask. I'll go. Hi, it's the investigators you hired. Would your friend have had anything that she would be buried with to make it easier for us to find her? And can you describe it in great detail? You can't reply to this message.
As if I recall, her parents had given her a golden circlet, except with an emerald.
Golden circlet. Emerald.
Oh, very nice.
Sounds like it.
With some silver, like, dangly bits that drape down and connected
Silver dangly bits.
to like her earrings.
Drapes down, connects to earrings.
And that's the end of the message.
Is that specific enough, Morel?
It has to be familiar with me, but maybe
Is
I
that-
can try.
Maybe with just that description is enough.
We could
Hopefully.
try.
It's a strategy. It's a good idea. We'll see if it works.
Yes.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, it has to be. It's within 1,000 feet of me, so.
We can see if we can convince the people at the gate not only to let us in, but to give us a idea of where to go, or if there's like in a library, how things are organized by the Dewey Decimal System. Maybe there's the Dewey Dead Person System.
It is also quite possible that we could just kill them and get past them that way.
I don't think we should do that.
I also don't think we should talk to them, but here we are.
We're here to possibly solve some kind of murder. It feels like a conflict of interest to kill someone trying to figure.
I tried to negotiate with people. It didn't. It didn't go so well. So maybe staying away from people would be better.
Maybe you shouldn't do the negotiating then.
It wasn't me.
I second that.
He wasn't doing most of the talking, but that's fine. And he picks off a bit of mushroom and he says, "It's fine. I guess that's fine."
So passive aggressive.
Does anybody have any ideas on how to get them to let us in, or otherwise magics or something like that?
It's just generally open to the public. Kids, we'd have to, we'd find kids drinking there, doing graffiti, all the time.
Also,
Is graffiti a drug?
no,
Can't-
I'm just kidding. I know it's
it's-
not. That's a little joke.
it's okay. Yeah, sure.
Good one, Doctor. Good one.
I could also happen to blind or deaf any kind of guards that come by.
Why don't we just leave that as a last
Does it have any?
We seem to be
powers of-
assuming violence will come into play, and that seems to be. If we go in with that mindset, it seems like violence
self-fulfilling
is more likely to happen.
prophecy, yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe we should try not to hurt anyone.
I lean
Blindness-
over to Morel.
Blindness. Yes, go ahead.
Roman walks in.
Where you're still
We're
on
in a
the
sky
Have you
coach.
carried that?
Okay.
So you step off the side coach.
Yeah.
He steps into the conversation. He means figuratively.
Yeah.
Uh,
mhm.
Totally.
Roman
Yes,
steps
Marcus.
into the conversation and says, "Let's just walk in."
That's my plan. That's literally. I'm about to say, if it's open to the public, we don't have to worry about it. We just go where we need to go.
Walk in. We try to find in the crypt, and if we can't, we ask someone.
Exactly.
There's no
We don't
director.
need to be entirely forthright about why we're there. Yeah, but yeah,
Sure. Let's get cracking. It's already been 40 minutes. So.
Yep. Nobushi nailed it right on the head.
Planning.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I just don't want to plan. We got it. We'll
You
do some in the moment planning.
I don't think that's what
So
we're planning with.
planning by the seat of your pants.
We're new detectives. We don't plan.
That's fair. You just run right in. So
That's what the old detectives did.
Top 2020. Tell them only what they need to know. You get your Skycoach driver to drop you off in the Death's Gate Guild, or not Death's Gate Guild, Death's Gate District, home to the Death's Gate Guild in the City of the Dead. As you are walking the streets, you see it's quiet here. And you recall earlier that day there was a series of crimes in this district. So people have kind of holed up for the night. And keeping their distance, keeping low. But you make your way to the other end of the district, or just around the corner to the essentially what at first looks like a big iron gate at the end of the street that goes out into darkness at a sheer drop. But the closer you get, you can see that a rocky path, rocky road, begins, and you can see sort of zigzagging and bending back over on itself and going down and down. Happening. The City of the Dead walkway. and various stone archways line the rock face leading into what just seem to be hundreds and thousands of crypts. We're gonna need some group skill checks. If you're not going to ask for directions, you're not asking for directions, correct? Or at least not yet.
Let's not do that.
Some magical, not magical, but some lanterns hang outside most of the archways, but the interiors of most of the hallways and crypts are lit by candles and torches that are maintained by the caretakers. I'll let you all kind of decide.
Shut the fuck up, Alan.
I'm role playing.
The role playing in like our little Google chat. William Travis's friend.
God.
This was suggested in the
'cause we got
JD
moved.
video
Thank you.
we watched. Okay. God.
What?
We're just trying to roleplay without interrupting.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's Alan that's the problem.
Let me fix. Yeah, Alan is in Travis's video.
Oh yeah.
Let me pop Travis back in here.
Uh-huh.
Travis, you're gonna look a little zoomed in for a second.
Quick screenshots, take them.
We'll photo shoot. All right. Hopefully now. Why did that move all of us?
Oh dear.
It's fine to me.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross.
It literally just moved everyone's video slightly to the right.
No.
So I will let you guys decide. Depending on the skill you use, it will vary how long it takes. You could make a group. God damn it, you guys! You could make a group perception check. To see if you can spot where. Sort of keep an eye out for any of the caretakers and avoid those spots. You can make a general stealth check to just move through the shadows to avoid them. You can make an investigation check to try and deduce and determine which of the crypts seem the oldest or newest. And I can let you guys get creative, but it's something you'll need to all do, because if you're all trying to do different things, you'll end up getting noticed and you'll end up just stepping on each other's toes as newbie investigators. So I'll leave it up to you what kind of skill checks you want to make.
I'm gonna suggest investigation.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to. You said, well, I'll do whatever anybody else is doing, but maybe perception would be good for me. Or, once we get inside, I could possibly use locate object if we're inside now.
I don't know what
I was just watching Logan's face go like,
I know, it's not participating. It is just not working with me. Continue.
So we all need to do the same thing, Logan?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we can do investigation. That sounds like a good idea.
Alright, so give me a group investigation check.
Is it a bad time to say I have a -1 to intelligence?
You didn't have to say it. We knew.
And that I rolled a.
Alrighty. Start on what I can see. Bob, what did you get?
I get a 19.
Ooh, Dr. Zero.
Yes, I have a 3.
Amazing.
Fog.
Wait, how'd you get a 3? Did you roll a 1? What is your intel? You're an artificer. How do you have? Well, how do you have anything like below a 4?
I don't want to talk to you right now.
What'd you roll? Like
It's like playing a super optimal wizard in Baldur's Gate 3. You dump intelligence to grab an item later.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Alrighty, Alexander. What's your wizard?
I rolled a 5 on the die, so a 13.
Great stuff, you guys. Great stuff. Roman.
I
Oh,
don't
boy.
want to say.
It's 0, isn't it?
It's 1. I got a 2.
Awesome. Morel.
I rolled a 20. I have a +0.
It is time to shame the dice. You're correct. It is time to shame the dice.
And
it.
Julian.
I got a 16.
That's a 50-50 split, you know? That's
That
not,
is-
that's not bad.
That is a 50-50 split. Let's see. With that investigation, Roman, you think that you spot, you just get a gut feeling about a certain crypt corridor, and you go down. It has, it's lit by torches. It's all very ceremonial feeling. Because they don't use magical lighting here, it all feels very natural and warm. And it's not something you're really used to living in like the city. And so, but you get a gut feeling as you start going down this corridor, and you're like, oh, yeah, down here. And you all kind of follow behind. And Roman, you start to realize, like, oh, wait, no, this is just where I used to come hang out some weekends. And you just kind of get hit with a bit of nostalgia about it. But Roman, if you'll roll a d8 for me.
Oh. The 8 has 8 sides. Okay. That's a 1, Chief.
Oh my lord.
Perfect. So, it's not very consistent with this, but some of the crypts are locked up with iron, like thick iron doors. Others that are like way old, like stupid old, and their families aren't even still living in Sharn, or they still have any like family members still alive. They've taken away the doors and left them open for the public to go in and peruse. And this is kind of how people can go and loiter and graffiti and do drugs and things like that in the crypts. But that also means that they've made sure that these crypts don't really contain anything of value, just some historical significance. As you walk past one of these open crypts, one of these historically open crypts to the public, you hear what sounds like thudding sounds. You hear a bit of talking. You hear a bit more thudding. You hear a bit more talking. And as all of you kind of walk past, kind of minding your own business, but this is, besides like the occasional caretaker, this is the first like contact you've seen. And you glance into one of these open crypts, and you see a group of halflings, like 7 or 8 halflings, surrounding a figure on the ground. And you see that after a moment, a few of them kick this figure on the ground and lean down and start whispering. For some of you lower city people, this is bad. They are some like ambushing. They are just, you could probably identify from you lower city folk or people who frequent the lower city, members of the Boromar clan, who are airing out some grievances, as it were, on some poor individual.
So, you remember whenever I said that my house was burned down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Horrible.
Those people are part of who did it.
Oh, should we go talk to them? But I mean, like your version of talking. That we discussed earlier.
You know, that was in my much younger days that I did that a lot more, but yes, I think perhaps.
Healing the
Bob's
city
line
comes
right
in. I reach out and I'm like, oh, okay. We should probably go.
Yeah,
Too.
I
he
just
probably shouldn't
walk
go by
up,
himself.
it like hands in my pockets, Mets hat pulled down a little bit, and I'm just like, fine night for a walk, gents, isn't it?
Can I use a bonus action?
Oh no.
For what?
To use Tentacle of the Deep.
Oh no.
I guess.
Let this play out. Let this play out for a
Alright.
second.
You just kind of want to like
Let-
summon
let-
it behind you or something, like.
Well, okay, so... Oh, I gotta find it again. I think... It just kind of like appears from somewhere, right?
Believe so, yeah.
Within 60 feet at a point that I can see. And it's a 10-foot long tentacle. Can I have it spawn from like the inside of one of the Boromar people's like clothes or something?
Let
What-
Carson do his thing first.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look.
Before we enact violence, let Bob do his thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
So, Bob, you stroll up.
Nice night for a walk, isn't it? Jet's tentacle explodes out. Or...
So they all turn around and see a fellow halfling.
Gnome.
Oh, you're the
I'm the halfling.
halfling. Two gnomes. I keep getting it all.
We have quite a small party.
I know. I keep
apparently.
getting it all mixed up. Two gnomes, halfling. I thought it was two halflings. No. So they turn around. They see you, and they all kind of course, get defensive in sort of an intimidating way, like putting hands on hips. And they're all wearing, like, you know, like, now what seem to be blood-spattered shirts, and what equates to, like, leather jackets. And they all turn around, and once you get it, you walk up and you get a count of them. There are 8 of them. 2 of which seem to be sort of leading this, you know, this whole event. One of them has a totally bald head, scars cutting up like across his eyebrow and across his face, cut his lip. And the other one is a woman with black hair, short bob cut, and like bright red lipstick. And when you walk up and acknowledge that what beautiful night it is, say, yeah, it is. Can we help you with something?
Oh, no, just taking a walk myself. Looks like your friend had a nasty fall there.
Yeah, apparently there's some of Lich Priest skeletons running around, got them all roughed up, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, there's the House Durasco Clinic not far from here. I'm sure I could help him go get some care for those there skeleton wounds. Maybe you boys, and lady, go have a nightcap, grab some food. You can meet up with your friend later.
Oh, well, actually,
Oh, actually, no.
our friend was gonna buy us some drinks. You know, we're a little strapped for Galifars recently, and we're meeting to he was gonna treat us to dinner, treat us to some drinks before we parted ways, and a skeleton came out of nowhere. It was a whole thing.
I want to do that.
So let me just get the money from him first.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be good for it.
Bob,
Yeah.
you make an insight check for me.
Okay. Insight. All right. 23.
Oof. So the person on the ground is a shifter. It's honestly hard to tell what type of shifter because all of the blood has caked into their fur and it's kind of hanging in front of their face. Their clothes are torn. Blood is matting their fur from head to toe. And you can just see just the slightest like head tremble. And one of the halflings reaches down and starts like forcefully rifling through pockets. And all the while the shifter's kind of trying to cower away. And you see fishing through the shifter's pockets, they pull out a few loose like silver. And they pull out what seems to be a locket. And from what you can quickly glean, seems to be made of gold. The halfling flips it open, hands it over to the bald Ormar clan member. Yeah, that about covered drinks. Oh, that's beautiful. Is that you and the kids? Oh, they're precious, aren't they? I mean, it then turns the locket toward you, Bob, and you see that in this locket there are two little shifter children. Seem to be some kind of canine variant, so they're like little puppy children. Turns it to you and says, "Yeah, they're really adorable." And he fishes in, takes the picture out, and puts it in his own pocket. Says, "Yeah, that ought to cover dinner."
I'm sure you don't need that.
And I will.
I take like 2 gold from my pocket, like fan them out.
I'll put my hand over that.
And I'm just like,
I'll
why
put my
don't-
hand
why
over.
don't you take that and get some drinks?
No. I put my hand over the gold, and I cast Charm Person and say, I agree. I think that the silver was quite enough for you.
Just gonna start sliding my hand to my sword.
Yeah, I'm gripping Jolene inside my.
I forgot your guys' name, Julie. Oh my God.
So first thing,
Holy
Bob,
Uh-huh.
and Carson, I'll let you decide
Yeah.
whether this is a persuasion or an intimidation check.
Get it performance? Or no, I don't have. Yeah, I'll go persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do persuasion. Ooh, okay, boy. Let's see. 13.
Morel,
Yes.
you could also make either a, actually let me double check something. Yes, if you'll make me a stealth check.
Sure. 16.
Because you figure that if they see you casting a spell, it is hitting
Yeah.
the fan.
Oh, I'm ready.
Me
I'm watching behind the two of them do this, and I've got hands in pockets, but I'm like ready to assist if necessary.
You see that there's a moment of hesitation. He was reaching for the gold. Morel's big turtle hand hits it. And there's just kind of a brief period of silence following that as this bald man kind of looks back and forth. And all of the other Bormar clan members, they're, reaching for little clubs, they're reaching for crossbows. You see that the woman that's with him with the short-cut hair and lipstick, she breathes on two brass knuckles on either fist. And you can see as she breathes on them that one says hell and one says water. And she starts to take on this weird fighting stance. And after a brief moment, the bald man, he stands up. Yeah. Alright. He takes the locket, tosses it down to the shifter. All of them, look bewildered. And he turns to them and says, "Get the silver. Let's go." And he leaves. And they all, they hesitate for several moments of just but then eventually make way out of there.
Whew.
That was a
Good
close
job, you guys.
there, I'd say to Morel.
What do you say, sir?
That was a clutch move there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over and help the shifter up.
I'm gonna give him a good berry.
I will go over and cast Cure Wounds on them. Or actually, can I do something like a medicine kit? Can I just
Well, if Morel's
use my
doing good
healer's
berry,
kit?
it'll give them a hit point.
I mean, just for the flavor of it, just to wrap up some wounds,
Sure.
bandage them up.
And so you help them up, and now that you can see, they are some kind of canine or wolf shifter, with some fangs on either side, two upright ears that are folded back and just matted to hell with blood fur, and sort of just stutters out a little bit. You can see it takes a little bit for the healing to kick in, but eventually introduces themselves and says, I'm Fang.
Pleasure to meet you, Fang.
Hold still while I bandage you up.
And he doesn't listen to you and immediately falls down to his knees and gives Bob a big hug. And it's caked with blood. It's kind of gross, but
You know I was the hugger.
And as they're hugging, I'm still moving his
trying
arm
to-
and still wrapping his wounds.
and then he stands up and gives Morel a hug.
Yeah.
Says, I kind of owe them a bit of money, and they normally don't like shifters. I mean, with the whole feud between Bormar and Dask, they don't like me much anyway, and I just never gotten involved.
How much money do you owe them?
I think I'm up to 100 gold now. I barely make that a year, 2 years. Now I got kids to look after.
That's a tough situation you're in, friend. But, there's always a silver lining to each cloud. And you know what? I take his locket in my hand and I put the picture back in it. And I was just like, that's your silver lining right there.
Where do you normally work?
As I'm mostly kind of a in-between jobs, just doing odd stuff here and there.
Would you like something more reliable?
If you know anything.
Well, I have a clinic and one of the wards. If you'd like to come help, just do some kind of secretary work, just getting people seated and talking to people and helping me with whatever I need. I could always use a couple more hands. the pay wouldn't be incredible, but it would be consistent and safe. And if any of those Bormar goons show up, we can take care of you.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
Yep. 'Cause, yeah, actually, I might be, and I think I may have visited the clinic a time or two. I think I know where it's at, so.
Oh, I thought I recognized you.
Yeah.
I always know my patients.
Do you think you'll be in tomorrow? Can I stop by then?
I'll be back at some point tomorrow. Probably I'll be back sometime after we do finish with what we're doing here. I look at everybody else. I'm like, probably. But I'll be in at some point tomorrow. But if I'm not there, I have a way of contacting you when I am. Magic and all that.
All right, and then he drops down to his knees and gives you a big old hug.
And I hug him back. And yeah, just tomorrow or whenever we'll work on it and we'll put you to work. Gotta feed those kids, huh?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day, bud.
He gives you like one more hug. He's still like super emotional, and you see that like he's trying to hold back tears, and that like the tensing up is causing him to whine a little bit.
Oh.
And eventually he like sniffles, clears out his eyes. Yeah, I need to. The dust in this place is really getting to me. I should head out.
I take his hand and I put my hand on top of his hand and I pull him in for a hug and I just say, "Let it out. It's okay. It's not healthy to keep that stuff in."
It is okay to be unhappy sometimes, but also if you ever need a little bit of a pick me up, I happen to I have a little bit of a side business myself, and I give him a bit of a mushroom. And it's not a heavy drug. It's just it gives you a little bit of
sedative.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be interviewing for jobs, you'll probably want some spiffy new clothes.
Don't do it.
We know a guy.
And I just pass one of the stack of khaki Emporium cards I keep in
the
my
khaki castle.
The khaki what?
Khaki Castle Barn Emporium. Khaki Barn Castle Emporium.
Yes, I pass him a card and just with a wink, just ask for Eldrin. Tell him Bob sent you.
I'll have a stroke.
Dude, we're turning this guy's life around.
I can't wait for our next one shot down the road when one of you guys DMs. I come in with a shifter cleric who's wearing khakis and a Hawaiian shirt.
It's my character. You can't do that. What's the character I wanted to play?
Awesome.
But go ahead and get home safe. Tell the kids we said hi.
And
give them extra hugs from us.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna can I sleight of hand slip a couple gold into his pocket?
Yeah,
Dude.
you can. You don't have to roll. You can just
Okay,
you're
cool. Yeah, I'll slip 4 gold in his pocket.
We did a good thing today.
Roman takes a look at you guys and he just says, you guys are alright.
Well, thanks.
That's...
I'm just in a good mood. Everybody's wearing khakis. You just helped a guy.
You see, Morel. He says, "That's very true," and he takes a mushroom off of his head, his back, eats it, and then casts locate object on the thing that we're looking for.
I think Austin wanted to say
Oh,
something.
sorry. What did you say?
The
Austin?
moment's gone, so doesn't matter.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
So you cast locate object. So you take a moment trying to hone in on the bare description you were given. And I'll say, Morel, make a wisdom check for me.
Guidance.
That won't really matter that much. I rolled a 1 plus 4 plus.
Roll that d4.
Roll that D.
You never know.
It's at least a 5.
Sure. 6. Oh wait, 7. 7.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You don't get a ping of anything quite yet.
Does it give a general direction?
No, it does not.
Well,
We'll go back to keep looking like we were.
yeah.
What crypt are we in right now? Is it just a random one, or is this where we needed to go?
You look around.
You never know.
Oh, I need to mark off eligible. So you look around and you see that there are like super old, like oxidized plaques on some of the crypts. And it takes a little while, and you scan some of the names, but then eventually you just have to go out to the outside of the crypt and look at what the family is. And you see that the family's name is the Bertrand family. And you look around, and it's just, apparently, from what you can gather, is that the Bertrand family was just a very, 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 very old human family in Sharn's history. They're not one of the 60 families, so they've kind of, their family crypt has been open to the public, so it's just some old, ancient family.
Do we know if the Ellis family is one of the 60?
The Ellis family?
That's the name of the person we're looking for, right?
Her name
not
was
the first
Elisond, called Ellis, but the family's name was Langhorn.
Langhorn.
Yes.
Gotcha. Langhorn family. There it is. Are they one of the 60?
They are not. In fact, like, as far as you know, they're not one of the 60, and they're not a Dragonmark family, and you're not really sure what kind of affiliations they have.
Could we do some kind of check to see if we would know of anything, what their affiliations in town?
You sure can try. Make a history check.
Guidance myself.
Whoa.
All right. Where's my? Oh, okay. 23.
You're not sure what they are rich or famous for, and that always strikes you as a bit odd, especially for people in the Skyway. Most people are known for something, but they're almost just like a leisurely rich family. And from what you know, it's only the 3 of them, the 2 parents and Elisond, the daughter who died.
So they're like the Kardashians, they never really did anything. It's just they're just
Yeah.
famous for some reason.
Yes, exactly that.
Sorry for that hot take about the
Amazing.
Kardashians.
That's exactly what that is.
Ooh.
And so, but it strikes you as a little odd that they would be, one, buried, have a crypt in this sort of historical place, and that they live in the Skyway, even though they're, I don't want to say they're nobodies, but, I mean, they don't have, something that they're known for.
That's strange. I can't remember. I feel like I know pretty well the city, and I can't for the life of me remember why this family is rich or what they even do.
Question for you, DM. Would I be able to remember anything based on my city secrets background?
In what way? About them?
Yeah.
Perhaps if
Is there
they have a
anything-
crime related.
Yeah, because of my both my background and my background. Considering
Perhaps
what
crime.
considering what myself and my sister do for a day job.
Go and make a history check, and do it with
Okay.
advantage with the city secrets.
Okay. Well, that's 2 18s on the die, so a 26.
The secret was crying.
Damn.
Mm.
So,
Smart, not wise. Is it 19?
one thing you would recall, or at least recall hearing about, is that they are elves, and they are elves from the islands of Arenal. Specifically, like, they moved here from Arenal, which very few elves do. Usually they leave on sort of pilgrimages, or they're exiled. And just kind of from what you gathered, from kind of seeing their affiliations and how they work, is that they don't interact with the High Elven churches or religions or people at all. As if there's bad blood.
So exiles.
Yeah. And as far as their wealth is concerned, still, it's as if it came from nowhere. And one day, they woke up and everything was grand, or they inherited something grand from someone. But if they're exiles, who would they have inherited anything from? And it's very strange. So, I know Travis just left, but, hour 22, if everyone give me, another, if you want to attempt a different skill check, you may, but if you want to just keep going like you were, you can make another group investigation check for me.
Would perception be better?
I've got a +10 to investigation. That's
Alright,
why
let's
I
just-
suggested it.
I say we just try investigation again.
Yeah.
Homie's a rogue. He got that expertise.
Yeah, there's no way Alan can roll a second one. No way.
No way.
Guidance.
On
I cannot
Zero.
fucking believe this.
Did you roll
That's
one?
Dude, I
you
didn't
got-
even need it. Hell
No,
yeah.
I rolled the same number I rolled in the last investigation check. I
Oh.
rolled a natural 5. So retiring that die now.
24.
something- Different.
16.
Is it 16? Dr. Zero?
At 6.
21.
16.
Okay, Roman.
0.
Did you roll a natural one this time?
Oh my god. I cursed him.
Incredible.
He cursed himself. I shed no tears for you.
Where are we?
The khakis are too tight. They're cutting off his blood circulation.
This will happen sometimes. We just. Why don't you give me some scissors?
Breathe through the pain. Yeah, make him into. Cut him off. Make like
Yeah.
Everything's
frat boy
brown.
shorts.
Everything's
God.
beige. I don't
God,
want to
no,
go.
please. I don't want to go. Everything's beige.
I'm imagining like Roman whispering in people's ears like he was doing before, but being like, "Where are we? I'm so scared. I'm so cold."
I imagine like the khakis like a tourniquet, and, like he's like going, like he's like turning pale, and I'm like, don't go into the light, and I like get
His
scissors, like,
his
medical
feet
scissors,
are like
start cutting
super
his pants.
swollen.
Yeah, I just start cutting his pants. I'm like, don't die, damn it!
I told him he was is a size is 34, but he insisted on a size 28 for some reason.
Who makes khaki corsets?
Why the Khaki Barncastle Emporium?
Khaki Barncastle.
This is the third khaki corset this week.
Daniel
Let
Buchan.
me whisper in your ear.
Hey, pretty mama, let me whisper in your ear. It's free real estate. Oh God.
Yo,
So
happy late birthday, Bukin. I love you.
Happy
yes,
birthday,
happy
dude.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I
It was a
too,
good one.
Travis has gone longer than I thought he would be. Does anyone else need to take a break?
We could take like a
Let's take a
2-minute
potty
break.
break.
All
Yeah,
right, let's take a quick
cut.
a little quick twosy.
Tuesday.
We will not do the giveaway just yet. We'll wait till a harder stopping point for that. But we will be right back after this Toilet Cat break. Yeah, it's Toilet Cat emotes.
talking about that, actually, Pacific Rim was a movie that Brian, my big, and I
Brian.
went to, got to go see, and we made fun of it the whole time in the theater, surrounded by people, because Pacific Rim is a terrible movie.
How dare you talk crap
I love
about
Pacific
Rim?
Rim.
Dude, thinking about, well, I haven't thought about
I have
Brian
no
Preston
opinions
in
about Pacific
years. Thank you for bringing that memory back to the memory of who that was back to the forefront of my mind.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Travis, if you'll make an investigation check for me, and if you succeed, Oleg finds the killer from the original story.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
as Oleg?
No, it's
Because I'm-
Morel. Morel helps Oleg find the killer.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna roll for this. Morel rolled a 16 or
Awesome.
15. Sorry.
So with another group success under your belt, it puts you one step closer to finding the Langhorn Crypt.
That's not right.
However, Roman, Varian's cousin Roman, you hear a...
I really hope this comes up in the main campaign.
I do too. Roman, a melodic sound hits your ears as you pass by an archway that leads into a hall of other crypts. And you kind of crane for a second. And you get... It's another wave of nostalgia, except this time not necessarily for the place, but the sound. You hear a group of people laughing and giggling. You know that kind of laugh whenever it's like 3 a.m. and you can't stop laughing about the stupidest shit, and you're just like... It's that kind of laughter echoing down the halls. And you get this just wave of giddy nostalgia. But then you know what's going on. Down that hallway, there are some people tripping in one of those crypts. And you can't help but your curiosity starts to set in of like, oh, what's going on? Like, what's going on in there? You want to see it? You don't have to, but it's just that wave of nostalgia kicks in.
I'll tell the group I gotta check on something. I'll be right back.
Gotta check on something?
Yeah,
In a
yeah,
crypt?
I
Is
dropped my
something- Is something
I dropped
wrong?
my shoe back there. I'll be back.
I look. Is he still wearing his shoes?
Yeah, this seems to be an easily provable lie.
I feel like, unless otherwise, Roman, do you still have both shoes on?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Did he bring an extra pair of shoes?
Did you buy extra shoes at the Khaki Barn Castle Emporium, and you dropped your old shoes or something?
I probably would have still had my old shoes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thrown away my old clothes.
I'm a new man. I'm a khaki guy.
Come on, Roman, you got those spiffy loafers with you now. Do you really need the old ones?
Yeah,
I don't answer.
there might be
I'm
more of
going.
those Bormar guys around. We probably should just try to stay together.
I'm
Yeah,
still
they're
going.
they're gonna realize I tricked them not too long from now.
Yeah, Roman, you should come back.
Listen. What a man does in a crypt is his own business.
I
Let him go.
What are you doing, Crypts, Dr. Zero?
None of your
That
business.
was-
As you said, it's your own business.
Why did you phrase it like that?
Sounds like you were doing something you shouldn't have in the crypt.
You have no proof.
I'm just saying that everybody's got their personal business, and we should just leave it alone and get back on track. Yeah.
Listen, I
Everybody's
need.
got a really laissez-faire attitude about hanging around
Defiling
your
crypts.
crypts.
So
well-
what do I find down in my?
Yeah, so
Avenue.
Roman, wanders away from the scene to go about his own business. You walk down, you follow the sounds of the giddiness and the laughter. to walk into a crypt lit by torches and candles. You see a somewhat familiar scene. Somewhat. Here's what I mean by that. You've been in this situation before. You and your friends got a hold of some new substances. You went down to the City of the Dead, found some corner crypt, and just had a ball. Away from your parents, away from, you know, your normal spaces. And that's what you see. You see 3 robed people with the embroideries for Morgrave University on the breast. So clearly 3 students who are having just a chill weekday. You can see their book bags sitting off to the side, clearly overburdened with books. And you see that one of them is laying across one of the coffins, like one of the large stone coffins, just kind of like stretched out and just chuckling to themselves. You see that one of the other coffins is opened, and inside there's another person laying in there, but they're laying in it perpendicularly, so they're kind of like folded up inside of it. Does not look comfortable at all. The corpse that was in the coffin is out, and one of them is dancing with it. Dancing with a moldy skeleton just in the middle of this room, and they're all laughing. You also notice on the floor, well, no, first, the 4th person, there is a stain on their Morgrave robes, and you look, that's not just a stain. That is an actively bleeding stab wound. And there is a bloody, like, it seems to be like a medical scalpel, like something that they would use for class, that is laying on the ground. And they are like kind of just pressing on the wound, causing some of the blood to like eke out, and just laughing. Roman, make a wisdom or intelligence check
Okay,
Yeah,
do you
it's
see
gotta
what we
be
put in
wisdom.
with advantage. Which chat? What?
the Google Meet chat.
Nat 20 for 23. My first roll was a 2.
I just think Travis and I would like to follow, or Borel and I would like to follow.
What was your roll, Alan?
23. Nat
You
20.
know what they're on. It is a substance called Dream Lily. The
Ooh.
more practical term is Dream Lily, but the original is Essence of Dream Lily. It's sort of this essence pulled from this plant from another nation that is then taken as sort of this morphine-esque drug. It was used as a painkiller during the last war, but has since become sort of, a use of morphine. You may have tried it a few times. It essentially kind of numbs you, as a painkiller does, kind of relieves anxieties and kind of calms you down, relaxes you, but too much can, be terrible. So it looks as though this one student got a bit excessive, and probably you can probably replay it in your mind that they got one of their friends to stab them to see if it would kill them or hurt them, and it apparently didn't.
Can I, from where I am, see if they are like? How serious is the wound? Is it just like just a quick jab that just needs like a band-aid, or like?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, I'm great at that. Oh, it's wisdom. Sweet, I am okay at that. 18.
You imagine if they were not on Dream Lily, they probably would have passed out, and probably given enough time, would bleed out. However, in their current state, still standing on their feet, you're not really sure exactly how it's going to work, but you imagine given enough time, they'll probably bleed out.
Okay. Jacob has his finger up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, after you kind of get a gauge of the scene, and they haven't really taken too much notice to you, like walking up to the door, and as you kind of slowly make your way in, Julian and Morel, you kind of peek your head around the door and see this scene of drugged shenanigans.
So I'd like to do two things. First, I would like to, seeing this guy injured, I will cast Healing Word, and I guess it doesn't really matter like how much it heals because it's an NPC. And then second, I'd like to cast Spirit Guardians and make them look like all these angels appear, and then like with thaumaturgy and my life booming, scream like, "You have angered the dead! Go home! Call your parents! Stop doing these
I was
things!"
gonna do that.
Could I?
Okay,
Roman.
fine. Hey, if you're gonna do that, then let's do it together.
Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna
bring you
say-
in on it. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, and we can do it together.
Before
Okay,
you
okay,
cast Healing Word, I would have instead have like I already cast Good Berry from a while ago,
Okay,
so I could give them a Good Berry. Like I'll
go ahead
try
and give
to,
them a good berry, but I'm still gonna scare them.
Okay.
Well,
I'll-
Roman, Morel walks past you into the room.
It's like, what?
Here's some good drugs, kids. And
Here's some foot drugs.
I get like my good berries are just shrooms. They just look like shrooms, and I give them a good berry. Yep.
After Morel heals that guy, I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians. And
Yeah,
I guess
Morel, do you just like walk in and out?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just like
they don't question. It's like, oh, the magical turtle man gave me drugs.
And
and I'll
yeah,
just I'll sneak in a business card in there and say like I have numerous different kinds of shrooms.
Oh my god.
If
As much as I want to scare them, I want to make sure that Morel has an opportunity to spread his business.
Of course, of course.
I don't want to be rude to my new
Yeah.
friend.
And Roman, they start looking at each other, and some of them are like, "Oh, did you guys see that turtle come in here?" And like half of them are like, "What are you talking
No.
about? No?" And, like, you're not sure which is worse.
But
Alright, Julian.
yeah,
You want to spook him?
yeah, I do.
Alright.
They should be studying or something, not defiling corpses. I hope that
And,
dancing's all they were doing. But you know, according to that Footloose town, dancing leads to other things, and I can't have them doing that to a dead body.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. I guess we're on a similar page.
Guess we're on a similar page.
Yeah. So, hold on. Let me think about this for a second, just in case.
Okay, so you wanted to. Okay.
Uh,
My idea.
yeah. What's your idea?
My idea is I have pipe of smoke monsters.
Oh, just do that, and then you do that, and I'll thaumaturgy. Just make
I was
it look
gonna
like
do
a.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also have minor illusions, so like I could make myself look like a thing too, you know?
Just use the pipe, and then make the pipe look like a skeleton or a ghost or something, and then I'll thaumaturgy and tell them to go home. Teamwork.
So
We do that.
we can
I'll
also
light
just
one up.
send in our friend Bob. I'm sure he would be a good
Bob's done enough today. He let him rest. Let him ride the high of that last encounter.
Yeah, so Bob, you hear that as you're approaching. What do you do?
I imagine I'm like standing behind them. They haven't noticed me yet, and I'm just like, "That's fair."
You all like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. You boys got this one.
It's like that one scene where he's just like, where Dwight's like, "Oh shit!" Never.
God,
Anyway, you know what I'm talking. Yeah.
All right. Are you ready, Roman?
Yeah, let's do it. And as one other thing, did I spot where the Dream Lily is?
You didn't see. So, what you know about Dream Lily is that it's sort of like a very small amount of like a liquid substance, usually either sold in like a small vial, or sometimes, you know, if people are really getting creative, in like little capsules or things like that. And it's pretty much just swallowed in one go. So you don't see any that's actively out, but you imagine it's probably one of their backpacks or maybe a robe pocket or something.
Okay. Yeah, probably backpack. Romans
Maybe they'll
thinking
leave it
back in his
behind.
days. All right.
So we can confiscate.
I wanna locate where the backpacks are before
Sure,
we
you can do that.
this.
Yep.
All right. And just like have that in mind.
All right.
And
Go
let's
home and
start.
study, but leave your backpacks.
So do your pipe thing. And as
So-
soon as it appears, I go, "You have made the dead very angry. Go home at once. Have a cup of coffee. Sober up. Call your parents. Study in school.
And the ghosts are like,
Make sure you get vaccinated for any diseases that may be going around. That's an easy way to prevent people from dying from preventable diseases. Brush your teeth."
We'll say, Alan. So for the pipe of smoke monsters, it can take the form of a single creature, like a dragon, or flump, or frog hemoth, but it must be small enough to fit in a 1-foot cube. And it disappears after a few seconds like a puff of smoke. So if you wanted
yeah,
to
that's
just,
what I was gonna.
yeah, just have like random creatures just kind of like appear in the air, fade, new creature, new creature.
Like a ghost.
Actually, there's torches and stuff around, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, make the torches go out.
Well, I was gonna say, can I use the torch to make the smoke look bigger? Like, project it somehow?
I'll say if you want to make a constitution check, you could essentially get in a big puff of air and make a larger smoke creature.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Do that.
Make a constitution
Hey.
check.
What does guidance give me again?
A D4. I am guidance, but
You know what's the best part? I also have guidance.
That's
double
a-
guidance.
Are you?
I don't think you can.
No, you can't stack guidance.
15.
15. My mental DC was a DC 15. So, otherwise, you would have accidentally inhaled a shitload of smoke and started coughing, and it would have been terrible. So instead, what kind of large smoke creature do you want to make? A tentacle smoke creature?
I wanna make it model after like a Sharn boogeyman, you know?
The Lich Priest that lives in the catacombs?
Yeah.
So you make a Lich Priest smoke monster who threatens them to do their homework and call their parents. Classic boogeyman. So,
Hey man,
we'll
I'm just
say,
trying to reach these kids.
because you guys have done so successfully, there is nary a chance that they will succeed, but I will essentially make this a DC 20 intelligence check for them at disadvantage because they are getting caught off
Zoinked.
guard and drugged.
And they're high.
Oh, they got a 1 and a 2 at disadvantage. There was no way on the poor planet they were going to succeed. So they scream. The one that's been sitting in the coffin can't get out. Kind of like a turtle on his back. He can't. No offense, Morel. He can't get out of the open coffin. The one that's been dancing with the skeleton, she drops the skeleton in a pile of bones on the ground, and bolts for the door because she was directly affecting the undead. The one that was stabbed, he finishes up his good berry, runs out and yelling something about "Turtle, save me," as if it's a deity.
Oh, turtle of the drugs, please protect me.
The one that was just like sleeping on the coffin gets up, runs away. They grab one of their 4 book bags on the way out, but the one is still just stuck in the coffin. After a moment, he starts yelling, just like, "I accept. I'll be your humble servant. Please, just don't kill me."
I'll go over and let him out.
Could I have used Tentacle of the Deep to get a tentacle to grab that backpack?
From the escaping person?
Yeah.
You're really getting all the mileage out of that tentacle you can, aren't you?
You can make attacks, you degenerate. What are you doing?
Actually,
I don't think I've attacked with it yet.
Yeah, you really haven't. Make a melee assault attack. Yeah, so make a charisma check for me, Alan.
Okay.
No guidance.
I have something after this, by the way.
22.
Yep, you get the backpack. And Julian, you go help the final student out of the coffin where they were stuck, and they immediately bolt. And now you are left with
Get
this.
home safe!
Yeah, and so those of you who are standing outside, you see 4 Moorgrave University students run out from where the crypts were in complete horror.
I would like to, as the kid's running away, try to whisper in his ear, convincing him that the turtle of drugs saved him.
How are you going to whisper in their ear as they're running away?
I will,
Hey, I helped you.
yeah, I'll basically just, like, toss them a good berry, or not a good berry, yeah, I'll toss them a good berry mushroom.
Good mushroom.
With good mushroom.
Into their mouths?
Yep, I would try to
Good
cast
shot.
it into the mouths, and say, "May the drug turtle save you."
Make a
Bless you, rather.
make a dexterity, a ranged attack roll. So dexterity and proficiency. I'm sure you're proficient in throwing mushrooms in people's mouths.
That. All right.
This is
That's
gonna
gonna
become
be
one of those like
a
city
12.
myths, like the equivalent of like alligators in New York sewers. Just like
That's what I'm trying.
Yes.
I'm gonna make
yards.
Yeah, so I got a 12.
Morel is the new Mothman.
I'm just trying to get more business in my store. So if I can convince people that there's a
Really aggressive marketing.
So you can imagine this from their perspective. They're running out of this crypt. The moonlight pours down as they emerge to see the turtle standing at the end, just right outside the archway. Something bounces off their chest, and they look down and see one of those magic mushrooms. They struggle to catch it, and they do, and they hear your voice, which to them sounds very ethereal and distant. To everyone around you, you're just like, "The turtle man saved you." To this person as they run by,
The turtle man, come in.
yeah, it's very like ungraceful. And they look at you with like the most wide expression, but then they get barreled into by the person behind them and have to keep running. But you've touched some lives today, Morel.
Merle has gained 1 follower.
that's all I'm trying to do.
I'm assuming while Roman looks at their backpacks, I'm gonna go put that dead body back in the grave,
Oh yeah,
and
I'll have my tentacle.
like
help you.
reassemble it, put it back, and then just offer like a short little like, sorry about that. Rest
Yeah,
well.
my tentacle will help you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't like the tentacle.
What's wrong with the tentacle?
Tentacle
You keep
holds
that
up
to
the
yourself.
skull. Alas, poor Roman, I knew him well.
Wow, the tentacle is copying my joke from the other day.
Wow, your joke was copying Shakespeare.
My joke,
And wow,
that I
she-
stole from Shakespeare.
Yeah, and wow, Shakespeare stole from ancient stories and myths. Crazy.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Marlowe?
There are no original ideas.
None. You search through their backpacks, and it's a lot of books and homework and academic documents and portfolios. You do find that in one of them, who seemed to have been the prime contact for this group, you see that in one of their bags, there are 4 additional doses of Dream Lily. little glass vials. Like, in little glass vials, like for your half-elven, roughly human in stature, the vial is probably the length from like your knuckle to the end of your finger. Like, it's very small, with just a little bit of like liquid at the bottom. And then there's also an address. No signifying details about why this is, like, where this address is or what it is, but you kind of piece together like, oh, this is where the meeting was, where they got the dream lily. And then also amidst their things, you find some gold and silver that supposedly
the address
is just
of their plug.
Yeah, supposedly. What do you think?
Ooh,
Rookie mistake.
can I take that?
Sure.
Oh.
After I copy it down, yeah.
So you all get a new drug plug.
And I say, so my family needs some food, and I need a home. So I wouldn't write this this plug down too hard. Bob, do you have some contacts
I
still?
didn't hear that. I'm just gonna reassemble this body
Alright.
back in the crypt.
I'm gonna hand two of the vials to Julian, who could actually use it for
Medical
medicinal
purposes.
Yeah, medical purposes.
I graciously take it.
And Julian, what you would know about Dream Lily is a little bit different. I mean, you've probably dealt with a few overdoses in general in your medical career, but Dream Lily, or essence of Dream Lily, is not illegal. It's just expensive to acquire through proper channels. You can buy it on the streets for fairly cheap. In fact, Roman, a single one of these vials typically only costs a gold piece. But
Okay.
for medical purposes, going through the right channels, it can easily cost 10 gold pieces or more. And while that's not necessarily a lot to adventurers or wealthy people, 10 gold pieces per small dosage of effectively a one-day pain reliever is a lot.
This is perfect. Thank you, Roman. This will help a lot of people.
Yeah. And does Roman know that Varian goes to school at Moorgrave?
Make an intelligence check.
That's not good.
I see him thinking, and it's like he's probably thinking of something important. Guidance.
Thank you so much. Does a 13 work?
Yep, that's perfectly fine. Yes. And you probably knew as well, like growing up, the way his parents had talked about him and the way that he was treated, you're like, that kid's going to college. Like, you just knew.
Alright, I want to see if they got like, I don't know, like date books or anything with like.
Oh, I was like, date, but like
Yeah.
a little black book? No, you mean like an agenda.
Dating for
Yeah, I want to open up their Tinder profiles.
Oh God.
Make an investigation check for me. Which again, that's another intelligence skill. I'm very sorry.
I'm not. No guidance for you this time.
I'll guide you.
Travis was waiting for me to not do it. He's like, no. Mike!
I love it.
Mike!
Okay, that is a 16.
Not bad. Are you looking specifically for like
4s on all these D4s?
Nice. Are you looking for
Oh,
Varian's name hidden in anything?
Yeah.
It's kind of a big school. These students probably be smart.
It'll take more than that.
So
Thank you.
you don't spot Varian's name. None of you would really, but it's not going to be. Thank you, Jacob. Lumping forward. But you do not spot Varian's name in any of these. In fact, let me check. Do you care who these students were? If they don't know Varian.
If they don't know, then no, not really.
I won't worry about them. So, not finding Varian's name anywhere or anything related to Madani.
Roman wouldn't care.
Roman wouldn't care. Say your other characters might have recognized one of these students, but you all would not.
Oh no.
So
I was wondering about that.
you may have recognized one of them as someone's boyfriend.
Oh god. You bastard.
Kids these days.
Kids these days. So, so you search through planners and things. It's mostly like textbooks and school documents. You do see that in their backpacks. There are little coin purses that are typically probably their like sort of meal funds for the days. Do you want to take their money? Do you want to take all their bags with you? What are you going to do with their stuff?
I would just leave them. They'll come back.
I'll take half and give half to donate to the maintenance and upkeep of the graveyard.
It's you. Okay.
That's acceptable.
So you can divide it evenly, 43 gold pieces. It's sort of mixed gold pieces, so gold, some silver, some copper, but total 43 gold pieces worth of coins. And then you can 43 for you, 43 you can donate to City of the Dead.
Okay, cool.
At this point, when everyone finally emerges, you kind of debrief about what was going on in there. If there's any comments or anything, you can make them.
Kids.
Saw those students run out of there. I guess you guys had a little fun.
It wasn't fun. It was strictly professional. It was business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
sure.
Does Julian have a bit of joy in his eye, like a little twinkle?
Always.
Looks
But
about
also,
the same.
one eye twinkles with joy. One eye twinkles with immense, deep regret. It's very confusing.
Weird how a
eye's, like,
twinkle can
stained
convey
blue.
two polar opposite emotions.
If you know, you know.
Amazing.
So,
Alright.
Dr. Zero. As everyone emerges and you kind of take stock of the situation, you got here about 8 o'clock or so, and from your the two encounters in crypts and traversing the pathways and many corridors of the City of the Dead, it's getting close to 9 o'clock, which isn't terribly late, but you know, it's getting later by the minute, and Dr. Zero Jr. kind of tugs on your pant leg just a little bit.
What is it? Do you need to go to the bathroom?
And you haven't necessarily programmed him to talk, correct?
Yeah, he doesn't speak.
He kind of turns and points to the exit to the City of the Dead and taps his wrist to like signify time. And then he holds his fist up like he's holding a microphone. And you recognize that he's trying to say like, let's go back and do that. That was fun. This is boring. Let's go back and sing some more.
Yeah. Oh, he sings like an Animal Crossing character.
Yeah.
Listen, Dr. Zero Jr., you could practice your theatrical career some other time. Today we are looting bodies, alright? Jeez. We are on a professional mission right now.
Alexander, Dr. Zero Jr. cranes his little head to you, and his eyes kind of dim, and you can tell just by like his body language and the turning of his head, he's trying to like puppy dog eye you, but his eyes are wide and unblinking, so it's just a little unsettling. But
I don't know why you're looking at me. I have nothing to do with this. If
He
the
stands
good
up
doctor
straight.
says no, the good doctor says no. I'm
he
sorry.
waddles over to Roman, because he knows Roman will let him. He tugs on Roman's leg, and Roman, he gives you this weird, unsettling robot eye look.
Don't do that to me.
You gotta resist, Roman. You gotta resist, darling.
I just can't look away. I cover him in my khaki corset.
Khaki corset.
I cut that. Stop it.
He takes whatever fabric you put over him and he throws it on the ground. He metallic feet clinging against the stonework beneath you. He just like walks back over, stands next to Dr. Zero, and just stands there very idle, like just waiting to move on.
I reach in one of my mini pockets and I hand him a yo-yo.
Do you teach him how to use it?
Yeah, just so he can be entertained.
Um,
I like to think that I have like toys and like snacks and random things in my pockets. Just like someone's like,
want a lollipop?
"Oh, I'm really thirsty." I'm like, "Here, have some juice."
One of those lollipops with like the loop handle.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
yeah.
He's a steel defender, right? Or iron defender, whichever.
No, he's a homunculus.
Oh, he's a homunculus. Would you make either a wisdom or intelligence check for him?
It's one of those automatic yo-yos, you know, the ones that you don't actually have to be good at yo-yoing. It just comes
That's just
back.
the ball
I had
that
one
has
of
the
those.
pull string on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those.
So
Because yours is just like engine. Or sorry, go ahead.
it's 15.
He picks up on it pretty quickly, especially because it's one of those automatic ones. And kind of in shock, you watch as he like learns the mechanics very quickly, and then immediately starts doing weird tricks of like making weird nets with his arms
Around
and
the
spinning
world!
around his head. Yeah, he's doing all sorts of weird tricks.
Walking the dog.
Still with like complete deadpan, unblinking, glowing eyes. Still just like.
I say you can keep that, Dr. Zero Jr.
I look at you and I say, if you're going to give Dr. Zero Jr. toys, they better be toys of destruction. All right?
Yeah, you can hit somebody with that. It hurt.
Will it? How much damage will it do? Would it cause internal bleeding?
I suppose if you hit someone hard enough.
Dr. Zero Jr., continue practicing.
Almost nunchuck like.
I feel like Julian takes Dr. Zero like not very seriously, so he's like, "Oh, he's not gonna hurt anyone. It's all right."
And then, like, out of the corner, you, like, see Dr. Zero Jr., like, spin it, and it hits a nearby, like, metal plaque on the wall, and it just, like, kink, like, completely dents it inward.
That's a tough ass fucking
Yes.
yo-yo, dog.
Bob, with his hand raised, presumably to ask what a toy of destruction is, sees this and lowers it.
Oh, I get it. All right.
Julian sweats.
Oh, no.
Sweats nervously.
For the, hopefully the last one, depending on how well you do, if everyone make me one more investigation check.
Has my
Guidance.
locate
Like-
object? I know that it probably fell off a bit ago, but like,
My
did my
God.
locate object find anything in the time
did
that it was
not.
going? Okay.
14.
18.
19.
Natural 20 for
Dirty
a
20.
28.
Whoa.
Is investigation still right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 28.
Yeesh.
Natural 20.
The 28, 20-something. Morel, what'd you get?
19.
Dr. Zero?
I rolled well.
What was yours?
I just...
I said like 16 or something.
14.
14.
I think 14.
Bob?
18.
And Roman?
Yeah, it's another 0, Chief.
You got another natural!
Oh my god.
How?
Carefully.
So...
What's that drug we just got?
Still- it's called Dream Lily.
Yeah,
You've been
take it.
hitting the dream lily too much.
So if I could get, it's gotta be Alan again because he's rolling like boo-boo. Will you roll a d6 for me?
God.
Oh my god.
That's a 6.
Perfect. Awesome.
See, I can roll well on like the other dice today.
You roll about the same on a d6 as you do on a 20.
So, you finally find, a entrance to one of the, like, crypt hallways. that the sign looks fairly new on, and you see that there's been a new line added that reads Langhorn Crypt. So finally, you make your way down there. I don't have it. I'm gonna say Julian and Morel. You hear mumbling coming from one of the open crypts, and you peer in and see an individual who is walking around and talking to themselves, reading some of the crypt plaques. But at the opposite side of the hall, you see a brand new brass plaque that reads Langhorn Crypt.
What's this guy look like?
A very pale, gaunt-looking spellcaster from one of the casting organizations.
Any racial features?
Appears
Like-
human.
We can't see like ears or anything, right?
No.
Seemingly human.
And I'm going to run in Toilet Cat real fast, and soon we will take a longer break and do the giveaway. I'll be right back.
Hog.
Hog indeed.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh, we're still alive. Cool.
Yeah. So how is everybody doing out there in the internet and chats? You having a good night? We hope so. Thanks for being here with us.
If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, for Sharn Nights After Dark, you just use the option that says "Ask a question," like I'm doing right now.
Jacob, as he's furiously trying to figure out what question to ask.
Yeah.
I am going to mute myself for a moment.
Damn. Well, we gotta put that in.
Well, see, Thomas. My dad is also hideous, so that kind of translated.
It's called genetics.
Yeah. But if anybody want to ask a real question,
Wow.
I mean, that was a real question.
this is a real dumb question.
Oh,
I had a question mark at
Thomas.
the end and everything.
Oh, Thomas. But it didn't. Oh no, it did start with a capital letter. I only saw the first sentence. So yeah, that's technically, factually a real question.
It's a highlight my message, not an ask a question, Alan.
Oh, oops, hang on.
Hold on, I gotta add.
I
add
like that
these to
most
the-
of the Dr. Zero questions are mostly about like Dr. Zero Jr.
I mean, that checks out for Dr. Zero's life. Yeah, everyone else is more interested in other people than him. So
Oh man, if you want
Even
more
a
of these-
tinier version of himself.
if you want more sad deep cuts, subscribe to my Patreon where we do Sharn Nights After Dark.
Well, maybe if Dr. Zero wasn't just Dr. Horrible,
Sure.
that'd be, maybe his life would be better.
Staying in this crypt, you glance to the open crypt and see this sort of gaunt, pale.
Oh no, you added most inebriated. Now this answer to this question is gonna be
that's
sad,
that's a
Alan.
different question. You check out the garb that they're wearing, both Julian and Morel, and it's affiliated with one of the arcane societies of Sharn. I went too far. There it is. The esoteric order of Arion, and Arion is one of the deities of Everon. You recognize the symbols on the robes that they're wearing, but the mumbling that they're doing is... Actually, now that you've heard, Julian Morel, if you'll make a perception check for me, on top of your passive.
23.
Hold on. It's gonna be a high number. Even though I don't have fucking perception proficiency. 24.
the mumbling going on, this person, they seem to be having an argument with either themselves or almost sounds like another party. And they're saying things like, I mean, could it really be that bad? I mean, it can't be any worse than charming someone or, you know, changing someone's feelings or reading their own thoughts. I mean, just, they're dead, they're skeletons. Could it really be that bad?
I want to walk up to this person and just like tap them on like, I guess like the side, because I can't tap their shoulder.
Hello.
Hi, what you doing?
Oh, just enjoying some of the history here in the City of the Dead.
I don't believe that, do I?
You can make
I
an
don't
insight
think I
check.
would.
I mean, we heard you talking about speaking to the
26.
You don't necessarily believe that, no. But you're also not picking up, like, bad person vibes. But they are clearly hiding something.
What are you doing here? Really?
Oh, just pondering the relationships between life and death, the magics that bind them. Oh, what are you doing here?
That's really beautiful. I like that.
Oh, we're just doing some investigating. We're investigators.
Oh, lovely. I guess I am, in a way, investigator of the arcane.
What kind of arcana do you study?
The kind that, mostly protects. I create wards and, you know, just protective magics. But I don't know.
Do I believe that?
You believe that.
Okay.
It's just in my studies, I've begun to question Sharn's opinions of, it's gonna sound like a bad word, but opinions of necromancy. And I'm no necromancer, and frankly, most necromancers I've ever met, they are foul.
Well, I think that the magics depend on how you use them. Because if you think about it, the spell Revivify, that's necromancy. Technically.
He looks around, to your party who's out in the hallway, and he looks at you with just bright eyes, which is a little strange because he is kind of like skinny. He kind of looks like a necromancer, if that makes sense. But he has this very bright, cheery expression. He reaches down and shakes your hand, says, I'm so glad to hear someone else say that. What was your name?
I'm Dr. Julian DeGirasco. I'm from the Dragon Rock House.
Julian, lovely to meet you. My name is Kathon.
Kathon, it's nice to meet you. This does seem like a kind of a strange place to ponder the inner machinations of Arcana and its study.
Oh, it's quiet and... Oh, but I know it sounds a bit strange, but... Sometimes
You're not on drugs, are you?
No, don't touch the stuff.
There are some kids on drugs. It seems like apparently this is the place people go to do drugs.
I remember those days. No, I'm long past that. But I feel just sometimes reading the plaques in the crypts and listening to the crypts in the city breathe, it just helps me think.
Oh, I understand. A lot of people are very closed-minded about a lot of subjects, but just remember, like I said, necromancy also can be used to heal people, and bring back the injured if you need to. So don't, unless you're raising skeletons to fight in some kind of army and using the dead and preventing them from their eternal rest, I think necromancy can be okay. You just have to know where your morals lie.
What is everyone else doing out in the hallway at this point?
Oh, in the hallway. I was planning on following because
You
I
can be in
couldn't
there as well. That's
relate.
fine.
I was about to wrap this up too. I just was going to be like, well, have a nice day. We're gonna go do our thing. If you ever get hurt, find my clinic.
I was actually going to ask about the.
sports.
Travis, what were you gonna say?
I was actually going to ask about the location of the headstone. If they had seen the headstone of
Oh, he said that it was in the corner. We already saw it.
Oh, I apologize.
And before you both totally walk away, says, here, I don't tell anyone you got it from me. Technically forbidden from working on such projects, but and pulls out a little twine-tied spell scroll for you. Says, I don't know if you may find this useful, but just in case. And after a moment, you go and check it, and it is a spell scroll of false life, which usable by your artificer and your wizard friend as well.
I will hand that to Alexander.
Oh, you shouldn't have. You gotta tuck that away.
See, another necromancy spell that is good use.
Exactly. And as you start to walk away, you hear him mumble once again to himself, saying something to the effect of like, "See, I told you there were people out there that really not that against necromancy," and like, still kind of talking to a third party.
If you ever need any kind of healing or psychological counseling, come find my clinic. It's free.
And if you happen to want to delve more into this, I'm looking into it myself. So.
Yikes.
You seem nice. Bob chimes in.
I'll go over to the headstone now and call everybody over so
well,
we can get to cracking.
The crypt or the Langhorn crypt you see on the brass plaque, which just signifies this is the Langhorn crypt, is next to an iron door. It is not one of the open historical crypts of the city. You look, and there is a handle, and then there's also a keyhole. And with a quick check, it is locked. Seeming only supposed to be accessed by the family or a key holder.
You said it's locked.
Uh-huh.
You mind if I take a look at that?
Be my guest.
I'm gonna pull my thieves' tools out. Just gonna
Oh,
kinda,
you got some too. Nice.
Gonna fan those out, and I'm gonna give it a try.
Before it, make a dexterity check with your proficiency, assuming you're proficient.
I am. I
Yeah.
lost my fucking. I dropped my fucking.
I liberated these from the evidence locker before I put in my notice.
I liberated these off of a guy who tried to rob me.
Oh, turn
He
that
did not
around.
have hands. He did not have hands by the end of it, so he didn't need them anymore.
I suppose that's fair.
Okay, 15. Because I rolled like doo-doo. Kind of like doo-doo. Yeah. So.
It is not, you can't find the hitch, and it's surprising. But you imagine that these sort of personal crypts, heavily locked, especially if they're containing lots of valuables. And with the strange wealth that the Langhorn family has acquired, you imagine they,
I think
invested.
I'm gonna chrono shift that. I'm gonna try it one more time.
And then I'm gonna hit you with guidance. Because I
Oh,
would have
damn
done
it.
that, but I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, and I
Oh,
forgot to add a
it's
D4 to my
same
fucking
thing.
tools checks because of my sub race. Can I do that for the first one? Because I have never used it before?
It wouldn't have been enough.
Got it.
Cool. So you have guidance and the D4 from your sub race.
Cool.
So 2d4
Guidance is another.
plus
Sick.
your modifiers.
Okay, alright. 22.
22. So
Nice.
I guess Austin.
Yes.
It's not necessarily that everyone's breathing down your neck, but you kind of push back everyone. You got ready to start picking the lock, and as you're fiddling with it, you start thinking like, "Oh, these are more high quality of a lock than I normally see," and you know the Langhorn family must invest a lot of money. And then you feel the lockpick start to bend and creak and scratch, and you know that this isn't it. So what happens when you?
So it's like I like, oh, this isn't it, and then I just kind of, it's almost like everything starts to like slow down for a second, and then it gets kind of hot around the area for a second before it's just like, it's almost like things start to move backwards as he manipulates matter in a way that causes things to reset to the position that they were originally in. It's like, okay, all right, everything's back in hunky-dory position, and we're just gonna try that one more time. And
Yeah, and everyone, I imagine for everyone else, it feels like you just kind of had a hot flash and blinked for a moment, and you see Alexander picking that lock, and you hear it click, and the door comes free.
I kind of like, as I just kind of like stand up and tuck it back into like a slot in my jacket and my coat, and I pull it a little bit closed. I just look and go, all right, well, our way is clear. I'm glad to know that you also seem to have the same, shall we say, hobbies as I do, Bob. Next time, I'll let you take the lead on that. I just wanted to, do a little something today.
Alexander, you did a bang-up job of it, and you know what? I would be honored to follow in your lead next time. So.
Oh no, I insist. I can't take all of the limelight when it comes to these things. If we both have the same hobby, we We should both get an equal chance to try it out, you know? But anyway, please.
I like that. All right. Well, we have successfully broken into this family crypt.
Like I said, it's a hobby.
Let's go see if there's a body inside.
Perfect. So you enter. And with that, we will take our final kind of extended break, about 10 minutes or so, where we'll do the giveaway.
Giveaway time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then we'll pick up with maybe another 20 or so minutes of play.
Logan, did you say how to enter the giveaway
That's
for the
what I'm
people
about
that
to
may
do.
have not been there?
You should
hell
see
yeah.
a thing in the chat that will tell you how to enter the giveaway. It is for followers only, so if you're not following, you should follow and enter into the giveaway. You can only enter in once, and if you're a subscriber, you get extra entries into the giveaway. So if you subscribe, you're more likely to win. So if you really want to win a $25 gift card, all you have to do is subscribe. And winner will get a $25 gift card sent to their email for the Dungeon Masters Guild. And if you don't know what that is, it is a place for creators all over to publish their own D&D content. I've got some stuff on there, but there's some amazing content on there. And in fact, Alan is using some of that content in one of his internship projects right now.
Ooh.
So some freaking awesome stuff on there. I also use the Exploring Eberron book by Keith Baker, the maker of the Eberron setting, pretty regularly for our campaign because there's some cool stuff in here. So you get some money to spend on that cool D&D stuff. So I will start the giveaway now. Let's see if this works. Oh, there's 2 A's for no reason, but we're going to give a raffle starting reviewer. So yep, use just the command !raffle Yes, and if you are subscribing, etc., etc., yes. So we will go to our little break screen, and we will be back here in roughly 5 to 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Hi! There's still a minute left in the giveaway, so if you didn't enter! There's still a few of you in chat that I don't think have entered. Silly Gnome, you should enter the giveaway. Reactance Theory are always here.
Calling them out.
I am. Droop Dog, you might be
If you're
Have
not a
you
bot,
entered
we are
Logan?
sorry, Droop Dog.
Sorry, Droop Dog, I hope you're a real person. I hope we're all real people.
Logan, have you entered?
I'm not going to enter. That defeats the purpose of this giveaway.
Yeah, I give myself $25. Waffles, do you?
I'll do some shout outs for some of the cool products on the DM's Guild raffles over. You can actually
You want
get
to
the
enter the
Exploring
raffle?
Eberron book for that $25. There is a cool
Does it tell us who the murderer is?
it does not. But there is a cool anthology that I believe you can get the digital copy for $20 of it's an adventure anthology based on the like Studio Ghibli style, where it's very fairy tale and anime-esque. But so it's less focused on combat and more on sort of fairy tale aspects. I know that the first adventure, it involves you going to like this abandoned house and saving these little ash sprites and relocating them to another place. It's super cute. There's also the Eat the Rich anthology, which is a amazing anthology. I am a huge fan of the Eat the Rich series. I'm trying to think of some other sweet stuff that I bought.
You're just happy to be in here, aren't you?
Can't think of anything off the top of my head. I think it's time to pick a winner. What do you guys think?
Do it.
No, it's just a single click of a button. It's very anticlimactic.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Of course!
Hell yeah.
And
Our
now
friend
you
Nobushi
can.
Ueve won the gift certificate for the Dungeon Masters Guild. Yes! Oh my gosh! So
can
I
get
have your email because of Patreon stuff, but I'll make sure I get the right email after this. And buying Eat the Rich, it's a good anthology. It's super good. If you have not seen Eat the Rich, it came out a long time ago actually at this point. But it is essentially a series of anti-capitalist, anti-tyranny adventures. It is amazing. It's super fun to play. And actually, Nobushi Ueve and I have played one of the adventures from it, and it was good.
It was.
The premise of the adventure was they had to polymorph into rats to infiltrate a castle, and essentially persuade the nobles that they had a rat infestation. But effectively, they all kept coming up with plans of like, but what if we didn't turn into rats and did this instead? And I'm like, God damn it! The adventure means you're supposed to be in rats. It was, yeah. It's Rachel was the only one who stayed a rat for most of the time. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun because it was a heist adventure and it was just bananas the whole time. So yes, congrats, Nobushi Ueve. The reason we did this giveaway was because I had made a bet with our viewers that said if I can reach the 25 subscriber point mark by the end of January, then I will do a giveaway. And by God, on nearly the last day of January, Rachel's sister became a tier 3 sub and boosted my subscriber points from like halfway there to there. And so here we are. So shoutouts to Jessie for doing that. She's not here at all, but shoutouts to Jessie for pausing this giveaway. And so I hope to do the same. I'm not going to say by the end of February because I know that is a challenge. Especially because February is a short month and it's already February 8th. So I'm going to say, what's a good day in March, you guys? Pick a day.
17th.
What did you just say, Alan?
The
Ides
Ides
of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traditionally not a good
I
day.
was like, what? So March 17th.
Notably not a good day.
March 17th, 1 month before my birthday, 2 months after Jacob's
That's
birthday.
why I said it.
If I can reach, let's see. Let's look at the statistics. Did you know that the month with the most deaths on average is February? I currently, it should definitely be a streaming day. It'll have to be a streaming day. Because of Daniel's gifting of the subs, I'm at 13 subscribers at 25 subscriber points. I am 10 away from 35, if we're keeping up with the math. When I reach 35 subscriber points, I unlock a new emote slot, which means you get the third and final Creamer emote. Which is a sad Creamer holding a cup of coffee. It is one of my favorites. Oh, look at Waffles. Look at that
He's
cat.
looking.
He's looking.
He's looking at my dice going, may I bat them, father?
Bat
Please?
those, Daddy. So on March 17th,
oh boy.
if I can reach my 35 subscriber point mark by March 17th, we'll do another giveaway. And I think I can still do... I might be able to do a $35. If not, I'll go higher. So, March 17th, I'm writing it down.
The dice. He sniffed.
So that either means 10 first-tier subscribers or 4 tier 3 subscribers. I think tier 2 is still 1 point, I don't recall. But we'll say 10 subscribers. Keep it there. 10 subscribers, March 17th, giveaway. Boom. Done.
Please don't knock over my mic, dude.
Back to the
That'd be
adventure.
cool.
Thank you, Nobushi Nueve, for all your endless support. Thank you, everyone, for all your support. This was awesome. So, you guys open the iron door into the crypt of the Langhorn family. When you do, you are greeted by a very somber sight. It is not lit in here, no candles or torches, as the caretakers don't have complete access to these crypts. Who does not have dark vision? Nice! So Julian and Morel, do you want to do any kind of illuminating of the area, or let the dark vision folks handle it for a bit?
Do we have like torches or anything?
Yeah.
There you go, Carson. Now
Oh,
you're 9
gosh.
subscriber points away.
Oh, I have. I also have light as well. If somebody needs it.
I do.
Okay. I'll just kind of.
I was
I'll
debating on whether I wanted to gift
You
this up.
illuminate the room.
Yeah. I'll just put light on something in the room.
Feels good, man.
From the other crypts you have been in, there are anywhere from 3 to 5 coffins or sarcophagi in. Some others may have more, as you would see smaller coffins kind of wedged into slots in the walls, whereas the one you were last in had larger stone coffins in them. This one is unlike the ones you have seen before. It is a fair bit smaller. It contains 2 coffins, one of which is stone and fairly well designed. The other one is wood and tucked into the wall. The one that is stone is inlaid with silver. It has all sorts of scrawlings, ornate scrawlings along the side and on the lid. And from what you can tell, it's all fairly new, fairly well, recently placed, even the wooden one. Of course, at a quick glance, you see inscribed on the side of the stone coffin, it is Elisand Langhorn's coffin.
That's the nice one or the wooden one?
The nice one. The wooden one has no kind of signs or symbols or anything.
Does it look older?
It also looks fairly new.
Huh. Looks like there's 2 new additions. This one and has the name of the person we're looking for. So I guess we start there.
Let's not touch it just yet.
I agree. Let's have somebody with a keen eye look over it first.
I can, when we were doing investigative work, sometimes Bormar or the Dask would leave pretty nasty traps, so I got an eye for them. Over my years, I could take a look.
You look for mechanical things, and I check to see if there's any magic?
Agreed.
All right.
And I will do an investigation check to check for traps.
I will check for magic,
Both of
runes
you.
and things.
Are you gonna do detect magic, Austin?
I don't believe I have detect magic. I do not. Can I use
You're just-
Arcana?
I was gonna say you're just gonna kind of look for magical symbols or things.
Look for runes and things.
Go to make an
Does
Arcana
somebody
check.
want a guidance?
Okay.
Oh,
I think
yes,
you'll be okay.
I will perhaps do that. Yes.
Bob looks longingly at Morel.
Yeah.
Would you want guide?
I get a D4
Big
from
boy.
Arcana.
I rolled like dicks. 14.
It's okay. So did
Wait,
I.
did you not get guidance from
I rolled.
I'll
I rolled-
guide Alexander then.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I rolled a 3 on the on the D20, a 1 on the D4, plus 10.
Plus 10. Jeez.
Yeah.
A double guidance strat.
It's a double guidance strat.
Right, and Alexander, what'd you get?
I got a dirty 20 with 2 2s from guidance and D4 from artisan's intuition, and then an 8 plus 8.
Wait, what was the total again?
Dirty 20.
30-20.
Because I get a D4 from my sub race, and I got a D4 from guidance, and then a plus 8 to Arcana.
For some reason, my mind did like a dyslexia of the numbers, and I heard you say like D4s and 8 plus 8, and I remember hearing you say dirty, and I was like, did he get a 30 on this? And I was like, what the fuck? And no.
How the fuck did you do that? I mean, I guess it could be
Dirty
possible.
30,
All I
30.
have to do is, like, if I rolled a natural 20, all I have to do is roll, like, 2 1s on a D4.
Hey, you never know.
Bomb Squad Bob.
Bob.
Yes.
Big Boy Bob, you did not find any kind of physical or mechanical traps, tripwires, pressure plates, things like that. Alexander,
Oh boy.
you don't find arcane traps or glyphs or anything dangerous, but you do find something odd in the scrawlings on the coffin. You notice that inlaid within the decorative scrawlings, there's also text that doesn't ring. It almost looks like an arcane type text, but it's not quite. What languages do you know?
Common and Elvish.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Bless you.
It's as if they used Elvish script to write something, but in almost a different language, if that makes sense.
Wait, can I see this too?
Yes. Well, unless Alexander, would you want to point it out?
Sure.
So,
I
yes,
can read it.
you can read it.
I have Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Oh,
Holy
yeah!
Wow! Who knew that Roman,
Of all the invocations, that is not
Yeah,
the one I thought you
like
would pick.
you, who rolled literal zeros on these investigation checks, you can suddenly
Twice
read
in a row.
2 times in a row. Now you can read every language.
He popped
That
one of
was in
those
my
Bradley
2 truths
Cooper
and a
limitless
lie.
pills.
2 truths and a lie. Holy shit.
That was my lie.
So with your Eyes of the Runekeeper, you see that I need to well, you can read it. You don't necessarily know what language it's in, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Effectively, it is sort of a prayer. Reverse that. It is a plea in the form of a prayer. Written from the perspective of someone who's been forgotten. It reads something to the effect of, though we are no longer your children, though we have been exiled, please leave our daughter's spirit here for a moment longer. This can be righted. It can be made amend. Please spare her. Please spare us, the forgotten children.
I'll relay that. I love the concept, like, I can read it, but I don't know what language it is.
Yeah. It literally just all looks like it's in common to you. Like, if someone hadn't said, like, what language is this, you'd have been like, it's in common, obviously. Like, you have no idea it's in another language.
Could you repeat that again for me? Or can we get it written down if you don't have to repeat it?
Effectively, it is a plea to spare the daughter from the forgotten children who are no longer their children. And it's not clear exactly who the plea is to, but they're clearly it's a prayer to some higher power to spare the soul of their daughter, and that they will make it right and make amends.
Where are they from again? Did we find that out? Because they were exiled.
Yes, they're exiles from I wrote it down. Let me look at the name. Arenal.
Do we know anything about Arenal?
It's one of the continents across the ocean.
Make a religion check or history check, depending on what kind of information you want.
Because the forgotten children thing.
Sorry.
Religion
history or religion.
Okay.
And I kind of want to learn, specifically direct my stuff about forgotten children, if that pings off anything in my brain.
I was going to say the same thing, but I rolled a 1, so like a 6. I don't know if that's think of it. So.
I will do religion and
What did you get, Austin?
Oh, I got a 6 total. I rolled a 1.
Awesome.
So, and I'm not proficient in either of those things. I just
okay.
have dummy high intelligence.
And Jacob?
What did you say the two things were? Religion and what else?
Religion and history.
Okay. Well, I have proficiency in history, so we'll do that. 21.
So, Arenal is an island continent across the oceans, homeland of elves. They have a very, like in most fantasy settings, elves in Everon have a very old society. But it's even older because the elves of Arenal abide by an entity called the Undying Court, and it's essentially a league of immortal, powerful elves who run things. And in fact, it's believed that Arenal is ruled by an elf who died 20,000 plus years ago. So they have a very strange relationship with death, which is one of the reasons why the church in Sharn, for the Arenal elves, they are fairly proficient in bringing people back from the dead. And so, as far as the exiles and lost children go, because it is such an old and fairly strict society, it's almost utopian in that way. And so typically the only reasons that people leave are because of pilgrimages, jobs on behalf of the Undying Court, or through exile. And so you kind of imagine that the phrase referring to forgotten children, probably alluding to some kind of exile.
Forgotten children. I think to know more, we're gonna have to open one of these boxes.
I'm afraid you're probably right.
She's either in there or she's not. And if she is, that's an unfortunate thing for her friend, but at least that's case closed. But if she's not, we got something else to worry about. But I guess either way, we gotta open these boxes.
I didn't see any magical runes or traps or anything, so
Nothing hinky.
not that I saw.
All right. Suppose we should get this over with.
Xavier, is your hand up?
Yeah.
Dr. Zero.
I'm going to have Dr. Zero Jr. keep watch, and I'm going to cast Magic Mouth on him. Whenever he sees someone walking within 30 feet of him, I want him to shout, "People are coming!" That way we could hear it.
Okay.
Subtle.
To
I
the
was
point.
actually going to ask that if you would close yourselves in there or if you would kind of set up a
Let's-
guard,
I would say
Is there a lock, like a latch on the inside for the lock?
but yes.
Okay.
Bork.
I personally think since there's a latch on the inside, it won't be that hard for us to get out. So we should keep this subtle and have the door shut so that nothing looks out of place. That's just me.
We can do that.
If Dr. Zero Jr. is on watch, I feel good.
I mean, we can do both. Have Dr. Zero keep watch. How about instead of just yelling someone's coming, there could be some other noise maybe? Because I like where your head's at. It's a good idea. Maybe something like subtler than just someone's coming, like a bird noise or something.
Call off a raven.
There are birds here, right? I say in character, there are birds in Sharn,
birds.
right?
Yeah,
There are
There
birds
gotta be
here.
pigeons. It's a major city. There's pigeons in every major city. They're a nuisance.
I saw a bird just this morning.
You never know. There could be fucking pterodactyls running around.
Dr. Zero
Yeah.
Jr. tugs on Dr. Zero's pant leg again. And he kind of gestures with his hands in sort of a puppeting fashion, trying to signal, like, conversation.
Guys, there's like 10 hydrates in the chat. We can finish your drink.
I
Chug.
know,
I'm out of
I'm
water.
trying. I'm chugging my water.
This one's for you, Twitch chat.
Yeah, but Dr. Zero kind of, suggests, like, what if you may, command him to make, essentially spout small talk things if someone approaches?
Okay, nice weather we're having.
And then
Nice
he also goes,
khakis.
"Beep, beep, 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 beep."
No. Nice weather we're having. Caca. Say that too.
the magic's like, nice weather we're having. Caca. Just
Yeah.
in Dr. Zero's voice.
We'll
The
say
most
that
casual Aarakocra you've ever met.
we'll say that you sort of get like an instant playback. It's sort of like a recording, like a voicemail thing, and it's like, do you want to change it? So you hear back almost exact. Nice weather we're having. Caca. Say that too.
Pretty good to me. All right.
You know what? We'll go with it. I'll take it.
I like it. All right. Well, Bob strolls on over, reaches up to the lid. On 3.
Who is gonna help, Bob? Do you all help?
I will help Bob.
We're all in this. Let's do it.
I don't
We're all
think...
grave robbing at
Sure.
this point. Might
Yeah,
as well.
why not?
So with all of your help, there's no danger of taking too long or loud noises.
Loud noises.
So you very carefully lift up the stone lid, and because it hasn't been here for very long, it lifts off fairly easily. It hasn't settled too much. So you lift up, and even once it gets halfway off, you can see the cold, gray, still somewhat delicate body of Elisande Langlois. She has kind of dark hair tucked behind her ears, very delicate, light pointed features, and then a gold circlet across her forehead.
Oh.
You slowly lower the lid to the ground and all just kind of surrounding the coffin.
Externally, just from a glance, without too much in poking around, does there seem to be any sort of physically present cause of death? Is there like a stitched up wound or something? Is there sign of trauma from an external point of view?
Yeah, I want to do some medicine checks on this bitch.
Not anything visible just from looking. She's wearing a gown, so only like half her arms and her face, neck, clavicle are visible. But besides that, no other visible skin, so you can't really see anything visible just by looking.
Can I do a medicine check?
In what way? Are you going to pick
Just
up the
like-
body and look at it?
I will like lift arms. Like I'm not gonna be like pick up body. I just want to lift and just without disturbing it as much as possible. Just like give it a look over, see if there's like puncture wounds. Because how she said they said that she was like sick, and that's how she died.
Mhm.
Any discoloration of the mouth?
Go and make a
nose?
medicine check.
While he's doing that, just because her friend is insistent that this might just be some kind of prank, just to rule that out, seeing as, what I do, there's this whole concept of slowing down your heart rate and your respiration to the point where it's just barely cut off, but it essentially makes you look next to dead, using this type of magic that I use. I just want to make sure that that's not the case here, that there isn't any.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I will say,
Alexander has absolutely done that before.
Storied history.
Make an Arcana check. And Jacob, what was that medicine check?
23.
You don't find any physical wounds or causes of death, no puncture wounds, things like that. But you don't detect any kind of physical symptoms of disease or sickness either. You don't see discolorations of the skin. You don't see any kind of weird swellings in certain places. So from your best doctoral guess, she was not sick either.
She definitely wasn't sick. There's absolutely nothing to indicate that she was.
And Austin.
That's strange.
22 on Arcana.
So,
Oh boy.
not even checking, you know that the kind of magic that feigns death is distinctly imperceptible from death.
Yeah.
And so even if it's very well she could be under some kind of magical cover of death, but the only way to figure that out is through actual magical means. Otherwise, any physical inspection or anything will come off as...
Isn't that necromancy?
Typically.
Would that
Feign
be
death?
under-
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be? Okay.
Shall you try to dispel it, or would you like me to?
I don't know if I have Dispel Magic. I do not.
I guess it's up to me then. I will attempt to dispel magic. Just in case.
Oh, Daniel Buchan popping off.
Holy fucking, what is happening?
Good-
Daniel!
What a man.
Daniel said, "You're getting to that thing before March 17th."
Oh my god. Oh, it got rid of my subscriber stat in my thing. Oh god, now I have to go. Hold on, I'll
Thank
check.
you, Daniel. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
if
can
you
we
I like
love
how
you.
Rachel was like, I want sad creamer emote, and Daniel was like, hold my beer.
I'll give you sad creamer emote. Yeah, so if you guys really like what Daniel's doing right now, he's playing in my campaign on Friday. So come
Yes.
watch him play some D&D.
To return the favor, watch Bukin and the other awesome people. I sure will be there.
Play some D&D.
Oh, fully. I'm watching that shit.
Oh my god.
Daniel, you madman!
Holy Jesus.
All right. Oh no.
Oh,
jeez.
god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You did it, Logan.
Oh my
We've
god.
done it.
He did it. Daniel,
The
you did it.
madman.
35. We got to 35 sub points.
My god.
Pog.
Daniel Buchan is the pog champ for today.
Can we petition Twitch to let Daniel to make a PogChamp of Daniel's face?
Daniel, you can be VIP, you can be mod, you can be whatever you want. Oh,
Dab.
oh my god.
Big Pog.
I cannot
Where's Cat?
even. Rachel, he did it! I can't believe it.
I want that emote for Friday.
Well, we'll see if Twitch can get it live by then. I sure hope they do.
Incredible.
Oh man, I'll go and start. I'll submit it right now. Anywho, oh fuck. Jeez, that was a very
attempted to
solid
spell
dab,
magic.
Austin. That was
But
very
just
good.
I had to give it that little extra
Yeah, get that
I liked
little
it.
pause.
I liked it.
All right. So Jacob, you did some dispel magic, and there is no magic to be dispelled.
That is unfortunate.
You don't.
Can I check for poisons?
Yeah, go ahead and make either a. I'll kind of leave it up to you. Like either medicine or investigation.
Anybody here play through the Dark Brotherhood quest line of Oblivion?
Oh, I did not mean that to be in all caps. Sorry.
Because as soon as you said something about poison, I immediately thought, I was like, damn, I know I've seen that before.
Yeah, a 19.
From visual inspection, looking at her pale skin, you don't see any like noticeable raised veins or anything of that nature. So you don't
She might
suspect.
just be dead.
Yeah, suspect poison either.
I would like to walk over to it, walk over to the corpse, and take a bit of bone dust from around, and a bit of flesh from her corpse, and a drop of Amaun blood.
You what?
Flesh, blood, bone dust.
As in you're gonna like peel off, or you're just going to?
Are these material components, or are you just...
Yes, these are material
Okay.
components. Yes. And I will cast Animate Dead on her.
It was just Real doing his best.
I love
Excuse me?
the Jacob jaw drop, the Austin lean forward, and then I look in the upper right-hand corners of the screen, and Carson, Xavier, and Alan both have the biggest grins on their faces, and they're like, "Yeah."
I mean, Jacob was just horrified. Like,
And
Did you miss that thing I just said to that necromancer guy when I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, as long as you're not resin corpses and just parading down the street, it's
And as-
okay."
as I'm like cutting off the skin and doing that kind of thing, I'll say, I really like what you said about necromancy. It was quite touching. I've been looking into it, as I said before, and I really think I can. I don't know. I think I could learn quite a bit from them.
So in that moment, you combine all the spell
What-
casting.
What's he getting at?
You combine the spell casting material components, and I am straight up just gonna read from the spell description and let you guys conjure your own images of what Morel does.
Oh god.
This spell creates an undead servant. Choose a pile of bones or a corpse within range. Your spell imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature. It is a zombie. On each of your turns, you can command it to move within, as long as it's within 60 feet of you. You decide what action it is. If you issue no commands, it only defends itself, etc. The creature is under your control for 24 hours, after which it stops obeying any command. And it just kind of runs amok. To maintain control, you must cast the spell again to reassert your control. So,
What are you doing?
She reaches up, grabs the sides,
Oh, she's. Oh.
and
no.
slowly pulls herself up out of the coffin. Even though she is effectively a zombie,
boy.
she is still like kind of beautiful. Even though you know she's a dead person, so you're feeling this weird, like, discordant, like, ugh, in yourself.
Oh, I'm fine.
Let
Oh,
me,
I'm loving
she, yes,
This is like Corpse Bride.
she lets out a very, like, low, groaning moan. And very distant, Dr. Zero, you hear a faint voice of yourself echo. Did you guys close the door?
Yeah.
So you kind of hear
Yes?
very muffled through the door. Nice weather we're having. Oh, cool. And then a few moments pass and you hear, nice weather we're having.
Morel,
And I say to
put
the
that
corpse,
thing
I
back
say-
where it
What
came from.
the
and
hell
I'll
is
say,
going on?
Why don't you just go back into the sarcophagus, and don't talk and close the door behind you, please.
She
Can't
can't
talk.
close
The
the
fucking
lids.
zombie!
She, like, lays back down into the coffin.
And make sure you're very quiet. I'll have some questions for you later. And I go ahead and close the door. Close the.
You pick up the lid with everyone.
I really quickly, I want to run and see what's in that fucking other box before we have to leave.
You hear the voice of Dr. Jr. again say, nice water, cool. And then you hear a click, a bit of grasping and click at the iron door.
I do the Into the Spider-Verse thing where I just kind of stand still and I look at them and then I turn invisible.
And I do the fun thing where I also look at them and turn into a gaseous cloud.
So, alright, hold
I
on.
see everyone disappearing. I take out a bottle, I drink it, and go invisible.
Alright, hold on. Before anyone says something further, Alexander turns invisible. Morel
God.
turns into a cloud. Zero also turns invisible. What do the rest of you want to do? Roman, Julian, and Bob. Do you want to look at the other coffin?
I'll see him looking towards it, and I'll just be like, make it quick. And I take up a firing position behind the sarcophagus.
I already have a plan. I have a plan. Let me look in the box. And I run over to the box.
Yeah.
You quickly lift open the lid. It has been nailed shut, so make a strength check for me.
I'll use mold earth to provide cover for Bob and I.
You
Yeah.
create like a shell, like a little like firing like bunker for yourself.
16.
16. You snap open just enough of like one side of the lid to lift it up. So Roman, you create a bunker for you and Bob.
Also, like a tentacle
pretty handy.
spawns on top of it,
Just
just
a
like,
tentacle overhead.
like a turret.
And Julian, you crack open the lid and look in to see the corpse of a young elven man wearing, wearing what you clearly identify as holy robes, belonging to the the church called the Gates of Passage, the Arenal Church.
Does he fit the description of her friend? The one that
does.
disappeared?
He fits the description of her friend and the one that apparently buried her. And at that moment, you hear the metal door creak open,
Put the lid back on the box.
and you
And
you hear a voice yell, "What is the meaning of this?" And you turn around to see two Areni elven individuals, middle-aged, who you could probably quickly point out as the parents of Elisan Langhorn, Mr. and Mrs. Langhorn. And that's where we're going to stop for this evening. I made a note of what you all did, so that way we can jump right in.
I love all those people that cast invisibility at 2nd level when they have access to 3rd level spell slots. It's fine.
Yeah. See, I have it's not a normal spell cast, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Gaseous
It's
form
effectively a
is...
racial cast of invisibility.
Travis, you have
More
a point
like.
of inspiration that Nobushi Nueve just gifted you.
Thank you, thank you.
See, why turn invisible when you can make a tentacle bunker?
Yeah, this is such a
My
weird
fucking
little
God.
image of you guys in this stone bunker behind the coffin with this tentacle like antenna up above. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tentacle bunker.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
boss, I really enjoyed the investigation. Can I work with someone else? They're not really team
Yeah.
players.
This guy keeps whipping out tentacles
I know, like,
all over the place.
I mean, you don't know the parents' intent on coming here because it's super late. But can you imagine, like, oh man, our daughter just died. Let's go visit her crypt, and you walk into a little gnome guy opening one coffin, and then a bunker with a tentacle on top of it in one corner, like,
Yeah, and a
fuck is
gnome with a gun.
and a gun barrel pointing out of it.
And it doesn't. It looks. It's effectively a bunker, but it looks like an igloo made of mud. You know.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And that's just after they were accosted by a little robot man in the hallway saying, "Lovely day, caw caw." Yeah, say that too.
All
No, cut that
according to
part out.
plan in my eyes. All according to plan.
Amazing. Truly.
Fucking love it.
We're truly the most dysfunctional investigative group
I don't
ever
know what you're talking about.
created.
I'm gonna talk to a dead body later.
I mean,
I just can't wait until we get back.
Say
I
what?
can't wait until we get into Varian and Roman comes up and be like, "Oh, my cousin with the tentacle."
Oh, the tentacle cousin. Yeah, we disavowed him.
When
No,
you say-
last Thanksgiving he ate the whole time using the tentacle. It was very unsettling.
I like to imagine.
Travis, are you gonna animate dead and like cast Speak with Dead later, or
Nope, you can make them like nod their heads and stuff. So I was just gonna ask them yes or no questions.
that doesn't mean that
Yeah,
it doesn't mean it has intelligence, Travis. It's a zombie. You're gonna be
Nah.
like, hey, answer my question. Did you do this thing? Say yes, and it's gonna be like,
We don't know.
Doesn't work that way.
We don't know.
And
we
also,
do. We can read
what-
the spell.
What do you mean about
Spell,
not being a
Travis?
team player? I was all for raising the dead body. I'm here for it. Morel, keep doing what you're doing, baby.
Thank you. See, you and I, we understand each other.
Animate Dead is the same level of spell as Speak with Dead.
Yeah, that would require me knowing Speak with Dead.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm not saying that you needed to know Speak with Dead. I'm just saying you shouldn't have animated this corpse.
Nah.
No, even better. No. Let's just go full evil. Let's just bring that body back to her friend and be like, look, she is alive.
Seems
Yeah,
very
well,
normal.
Cash in paycheck. Go home.
Weekend
24
at
hours,
Bernie's.
collapses.
Bernie's.
Oh my god.
I mean, you don't know. We could try.
Oh, did Travis read the animate or the zombie stats or something?
No, Travis was under the impression that he could ask it questions and it would answer like by nodding its head.
No,
I'm like, it's
yeah.
a zombie.
Well,
It's a
like-
mindless thrall.
Well, it understands languages it's new in life, but it still is not very smart. So it could rudimentarily like nod to certain things.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's what I'm
guys. We gotta chug.
I know.
I don't have anything to chug.
have no
for.
I can't. I literally drank it all for like the 6 in a row that we got.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm still on this infinite win streak. Every time Abigail challenges me to a duel. So.
Well, you just better get good.
Yeah, get good.
I almost considered. I didn't have enough time today, but I considered switching over from Cloudbot to Nightbot. But then that means that, like Austin, you would lose all your tings, and I didn't want to do that to you. So
I have So in the unofficial tings, I have like 400 something thousand. In the 428,015. In the official tings, I have almost 19,000. So
I need to create.
I don't want to get rid of them.
I need to. I'll probably make that my suggestions box on my channels. But what I'll probably do is create a community goal for people to dump their tings into, and I might create an even larger ting dump, to affect the campaign. Because right now I think the highest thing is if something happens at 1,200. I might do something like stupid big of like creating an entire NPC on the fly. Or I recently watched a D&D stream yesterday where they had a Tings dump. Or no, it wasn't a Tings dump. It was a charity thing. And if you donated $200 for the charity, the DM would throw out the script of what he had prepared that day and wing it.
Oh my god.
And so I might do a points dump like that. And, you know, if you sacrifice 20,000 tings, I'll throw out the script for that session. And
Holy
Bro, don't tempt me. I'm close.
Logan's gonna enact a ting tax.
a ting tax.
Nah, bro.
man.
I think what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna like throw flashbacks like 4 times a session from now on.
Remember when something happens with 300 tings?
I know. What a time. What a time.
Bro,
Oh, man.
yeah, I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna throw flashbacks everywhere. Where is this?
I
Oh,
know.
is something happening not there
I
anymore?
wish Twitch had a baked-in thing for betting, like, community points. I might see if there's an extension for it. But I would love for people to bet their real tings. Flashback is high value. Dude, flashback's fucking rock. I'm glad we do that.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had a good. I feel like we haven't had a good like flashback moment in a little while. So like
maybe that'll
I'm
be the
just
next
gonna start-
session. In this
I'm just gonna
high-tense,
dump
high-pressure situation, people start dishing out flashbacks while you're in this middle of this standoff.
Nobushi, I have to say I am a little disappointed that you didn't end up asking for the flashback about how that guy lost his hand. Yeah,
Is that the same guy that you killed last week?
probably.
Or a different guy?
You gotta find out.
And also, if you have questions for any of our players and their characters, there's a thing for that. You can ask a question, and we'll answer it on our Sharn Nights, which we record and post on my Patreon. I'm hoping, if they're available, we can get Xavier and maybe Travis or Carson. I think we have some Bob questions that people are dying to have answered. So,
And I would be happy to do so.
yes, and I'm looking forward. Oh my gosh, I already.
I got a Bob question.
Well, I guess you'll have to wait for Sharn Nights after dark. Yeah, maybe I should make a Cameo account. If anybody wants a happy birthday from Bob Sprigbriar, throw me like $5.
Yo, here's Bob's OnlyFans.
Yo,
I gifted you a sub. Can you answer
It's
my
just
Bob
blurry
question?
pictures of him fishing.
I really like the idea that Bob has from back whenever he was still an officer, he has a like officer calendar, like a sexy fireman calendar, but with officers.
Sexy Sharn Watch calendar.
Oh,
Sexy
God.
Sharn Watch calendar.
Yeah, it's like a young, not yet balding, fully svelte Bob.
So that reminds me, I think this. Okay, so we have the Squinch Saves His Girlfriend one shot. We have a little Barovia one shot, and there was another one that it's in my notes somewhere. Now if you guys remember that one opening to Brooklyn Nine-Nine where it was about Hitchcock and Scully back in the 70s.
oh my god.
I would love a one-shot of Bob back in his heyday as a Sharn Watch officer with him and his partner. And like where his partner's in the Sharn Watch, like in Squadron. And you all play Sharn Watch, like sexy,
Oh my God.
hot Sharn Watch cops. With Bob as a sexy young thing.
Bro, that's great because I had one of my alternate
that's
character
good.
ideas for this was a former Sharn Watchman too.
Dude, let's absolutely do
We
it.
need Rachel's right. We need to do some more like community goals for
Yes.
things.
Well, that was my idea for the
Yeah.
point something. So I think I will likely. I'll take Rachel's input on that. I'll take 20. Cool catchphrase. Can you imagine, like, not even just like Sharn Watch, but like a Sharn Nights sexy calendar, and it's like
Oh,
it
my
is
God.
Spike holding his cowboy hat in front of his groin and says genuine leather on it.
And then for the last
Genuine
month, it's like-
penis.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's vile.
and you know how like calendars will sometimes have like a few extra months, so like as you're getting into the new year
No!
kind of thing.
Oh,
It's
you
planned.
here.
Yeah.
You know,
They
we make
should
up
put
some
in-
months.
They need to put in like a lifeguard.
And your vile fish person all hunched
God,
over,
no,
like, hey.
Oh, Melon.
No, we just do the 6 original or the 6 main Sharn Nights characters and the 6 alternate Sharn Nights characters. Boom, we got a 12-month calendar.
There you go.
Here we go.
Fund
12
our
months
fund
from
our horrible calendar idea.
And I imagine Dr. Zero's like month, it would be Dr. Zero like really small off to the side, like blurry in the background, but it's then Dr. Zero Jr. is in the foreground.
I never mind. Whenever you're talking about having the that genuine leather hat over his private areas, I just was
Private
like,
areas.
I was just like, wait, do Warforged have parts? And then I was like, well, if there's Warforged, then there has to be like, sex bots. And so then I was thinking like it'd be really
Does
dumb
there have to
play,
be?
like yes,
It's like peripherals.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Spike's got the arm cannon. Some other Warforged got the dick cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the tennis racket attachment for the Wii remote, but for sex.
I don't know,
I
just
was-
vibrating.
I was mostly just thinking of alternatively the what is it called? Not James Bond, the wacky version of James Bond.
Oh yeah, my
Oh, Mr. Bean.
No, not
Fucking,
Mr. Bean.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers in the
Goldmember.
boob guns.
Oh, the boob gun. Or like in Goldmember where he turns around, we're like, oh, you don't have the thing, and he like turns around and he zips his pants and like golden glow, and he fucking unscrews his dick because it's a fucking
Yes.
golden key.
Yes.
He's like, oh no, it's just an unfortunate accident. My
Well,
thing
for
key is the
some
key."
reason, right now, our viewers, we have 15 viewers, and we've been coasting at 11 for most of this stream. So I'm really sorry for all you people who joined
Who
in at this
just
last little
showed
bit.
up.
We're done
I'm
for
not.
the night. You can go home now.
I think my
We're
favorite.
just-
I think my favorite Austin Powers scene is the tent one in the first film, where he's like, it's like he's in a tent with his girlfriend person, and like she's trying to get stuff out of this bag while he's like crouching, but the bad guys are like seeing just a silhouette from the outside of the
Oh
tent.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's like grabbing like a hamster out of his ass or something.
or there was the one in one of the later movies where it's a similar deal, but they're in like the fucking infirmary on a submarine or something, and
Yeah.
and it looks like he's peeing for like 20 minutes and it's just like apple juice or something. It's fucking crazy. It's so funny.
Well, this has really gone off the deep end. So I think we should probably stop it for tonight. Thank you everyone for being here, and I would love to run a Sharn Goonies campaign because that's
Oh, that'd
that's
be
the whole
amazing.
reason my name is the name it is. It's because of the Goonies.
Oh, you could meet one of Bob's kids.
And one of Morel's too.
Ew.
Grandkids.
Grandkids.
Oh, wow.
Grandkids. One of
Grandkids,
Morel's
yes.
grandkids. And
His
we can play
vile
Zero
spawn.
Junior.
Yeah.
Make him a little Warforged like character. Oh, yep. That's gonna
That
happen.
would be adorable.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Daniel, for being awesome and getting me to my goal way early. I will let everyone know when that new giveaway is going to be. This Friday, we're going to be doing the first part of our Shadows over Driftchapel campaign. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Donovan's kids.
I feel like Donovan's kid is much older, right?
Yeah,
student.
Donovan's daughter's in college.
Well, Bran and Andy were like, high school seniors.
That's
during the
true.
journey, so it could work. It could work. Anyway.
Donovan's daughter is the babysitter.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great.
God damn. Wow, we gotta brainstorm this. So yes, thank you everyone. I'll be here again this Friday for Shadows over Driftchapel, and unless things go crazy, we should be here next Monday. Get ready, Jacob.
I was about to say, if we reach our subscriber goal, I'll actually write a Sharn Nights theme
The
song.
next one's 50. So if you get to 50, Jacob will write a Sharn Nights theme.
And I'll sing it. I'll write and sing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll
These
see.
are both things that are truthful.
Oh yeah, they're like, I don't know about that part. We gotta hire a professional.
Daniel, do you want to write a song for us? No. Maybe later. He's a composer. He's a real life composer.
As opposed to a fake life?
Oh, Daniel, hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Oh no, not again.
Okay, all you have to do is make sure it has the motif of Sharn.
Alan and I were talking the other day, and he said like we made that joke of going Sharn. He was like, there's not even like a melody or like a
There
pattern.
is. No, see, the thing is, when I first sang it, it did. Because it's like Sharn.
But
Morphed
morphed into just this.
No, the thing is, like, you all ruined it. I had an idea.
Okay.
We
ruined it because someone
We ruined
all right,
it.
Jacob, get ready. We'll be here next Monday.
Gatekeeper over here.
At the same Sharn time, same Sharn place.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Sharn.